Awesome. Good morning, everyone, or actually good afternoon. Yeah, I just wanted to welcome you guys all to this final session where we'll be essentially doing our presentations and judging. So those teams who have made it all the way here, congratulations to you guys. And just a quick recap over the weekend, we managed to have 15 teams from the Eastern Cape. And yeah, we finally get to see what you guys have created. So without further ado, I would like to call on the GIZ team just to give some opening remarks.
Yeah, hello, thanks everybody. Yeah, we're very much looking forward to these great ideas, and I just want to thank again everybody for participating, for taking the time, for all the effort. I've been following the Slack channels and saw a lot of great interactions. I talked to my colleagues about the experience mentoring certain teams, and I think it was great to hear about these conversations. We're very much looking forward not to just hear these ideas, but also include the teams and the ideas in our next projects and going forward. And yeah, thanks to GIZ and to Yuga.
Awesome stuff. Thank you so much, Jonathan, for that warm welcome. So I just want to go through some of the house rules for this session. So obviously keep it professional in the chat. You know, please do chat and communicate professionally. Let's respect each other. Let's avoid being rude or sending any nasty comments while people are presenting. Second to that is if you don't need to record your video, you're more than welcome to turn off your video. Obviously, if you're presenting, you want to keep your video on, that's also fine. The same goes for muting your audio. So if you are, so if you are just joining the room, for example, and your audio is still unmuted, do remember to just mute that so that we can keep the background noise essentially controlled. And then obviously for the teams that will be presenting, just a reminder, you'll have 6 minutes to present. After those 6 minutes, the judges will then proceed to have 4 minutes to ask you any questions. So ideally, you want to do your pitch within those 6 minutes. And what we'll do is we'll call your team, but before you come up, just note that you will be required to share your screen. So do prepare in advance. Just to let you know, to share your screen, you wanna click the Present Now tab in the bottom panel of Google Meet, and then you want to select the tab you want to present. After selecting the tab, you want to confirm and share that tab. So it's a 3-step process. Do make sure you go through all 3 steps, otherwise we won't be able to see your screens. Awesome. So without further ado, I would like to announce the running order for this event. So the first team that will be going up is Team Incaso. The second team that will be up is Team Digitalized Kids. Then we have SLE Coders. Then we have Ama-Resilientech. We have, in 5th place, we have ODEBs. Then we have KMB Interlinkers. And then after them, we will have SNS Hack Trees. Thereafter, we'll have Ezilanini. After them, we'll have Geospatial Solutions. After them, we'll have Software Engineers. After Software Engineers, it will be Code Geeks. And then the Guardians. After the Guardians, it will be Junior X. After Junior X, it will be WeCode. And then lastly, we have Virgo Tech. So please do remember exactly who you'll be after or before, and then prepare accordingly. So that'll be the running order for today. And I would just like to quickly, once again, just show the judging criteria. Obviously, you guys have been making good friends with the judging criteria over the weekend. So definitely do, you know, in this last few minutes, do remember the judging criteria as you pitch. So there you have it. So yes, the first point, there's innovation and novelty. That's for 5 points. The second point will then be social impact for 10 points. After that, we will have best use of available resources. That will also be for 10 points. We have user experience for 10 points. And then we have scalability for 5 points. And then relevance to the scenario for 10 points as well, guys. So do leverage this opportunity as you pitch to talk about how you solved, how you worked with the judging criteria. Awesome. So without further ado, I'll go ahead and open the floor for our judges to introduce themselves. So we'll quickly have go around the table, and essentially our judges will have the opportunity to introduce themselves for just to say hi, I'm ... and just a short word as to how you felt during this hackathon. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everybody. I hope you can hear me clearly. I'm Lynette Barrington. Gabriel, can you just nod if you can hear me? Great. I'm Lynette Barrington, and I'm from GIZ. I'm the provincial coordinator in the Eastern Cape province, where we work with various programs, and I am working in one of the output areas that we have, planning, budgeting, and monitoring. And then we also have public finance management oversight, accountability, and of course, public participation and digital in projects. So this falls nicely into that in one of our support municipalities. And I'm very excited to be a judge on this digital project of a hackathon. And also was very excited to hear all the ideas last night. Good luck, teams. It is exciting. Thank you, Gabriel.
Awesome stuff. Thank you so much. So up next, can we have Mr. Aldrich? Would you mind just sharing a few words?
Good afternoon, everyone. Aldrich Jordan, the founder and CEO of GovChat, the official citizen engagement platform for the South African government. I'm really excited to really see what you guys are going to present to us. I know this is a nerve-wracking experience. I have taken part in many hackathons. Don't stress about it. Just tell us how you're going to impact millions of South Africans. And we are really excited to be part of this. If you've made it thus far, there's a reason why you are here. So don't stop what you are doing. And all of the best. Thanks. Cheers. Bye.
Awesome. Thank you so much. So our next judge will be Mr. Ben Botma.
Hi, Gabriel. Can you hear me? Just give me a thumbs up. Hopefully everyone can see me. Hi, everyone. Good afternoon. My name is Ben Botma. I'm an information systems and audit professional based in Eastern Cape. I've got my own advisory company, Olive Tree Connection. I have been in the IT space for 25 years. I have had a couple of development teams develop some solutions with me, led some of those teams. I understand the pressures you have all felt for the last 2 days. Exciting times for all of you. Professionally, I'm a certified information systems auditor. I've got experience in the public and private sector. And presently, my involvement here is I sit on the Audit and Risk Committee for Amathole District Municipality and Aspire. Obviously, I've got a keen interest in seeing how your solutions can address some of the challenges which you've no doubt seen in some of the strategic documents from those entities. And I'm hoping some of these solutions can make a difference in this wonderful country of ours. So good luck. Take deep breaths before you start and have fun. More than anything, have fun. Enjoy it. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Without further ado, our next judge is Malungelo Mtati.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm hoping that I'm audible. My name is Malungelo Mtati. I'm from SALGA. Within SALGA, there's a SALGA Digital. It's our ICT tag name. I'm an ICT officer there. I handle internal IT, and I'm also part of the ICT forum with municipalities. That's where we discuss ICT topical issues and strategic issues with regards to ICT aligning to the business. Just let yourself go. I'm excited to be part of this hackathon. It is it's a platform where creativity takes place to solve problems. ICT obviously solving those problems and giving off efficiencies. So please don't be nervous. Just share your ideas. Thanks.
Great, thank you so much. Our next judge is Nico Muka Kamalenga.
Hi everyone. I hope you can all hear me and see me. So my name is Nico Muka. I'm one of the founders of two incubator and accelerator in East London. One of them is called the Cortex Hub, which mainly focuses on tech startup, and we have been around for about 5 years. And I am also one of the founder of another incubator and accelerator, but that mainly focuses on film post-production using technology. So I'm excited to be here and to be able to see what you have come up with. But mostly importantly for me is that it takes time to develop a product. So don't feel the pressure that it needs to happen now, and mainly focus on the goal and have a clear vision of where you want to take your product to. I think that's what's important. Keep that vision and then work the time. Thank you.
Awesome, thank you so much. And then our final judge is Mr. Pierre Skoenrad.
There we are. Good afternoon, everyone. Can you hear me? Perfect. Thank you. I'm going to say exactly the same. Don't stress too much. We're not here to judge you. We're just here to engage with you on this first step of a very long process of getting a viable product or service on the ground. I'm at the Center for Public Service Innovation and responsible for research and development. I've been responsible for taking quite a few projects from conceptual phase, where you are in essence, to a fully fledged service in government. And I'm also responsible for some spectacular failures in this regard. So if you fail, don't worry, because we're not here to judge you. This is the first step in a long journey of getting something there. So I'm looking forward and excited to hear what you have to contribute and see how your journey begins. Thank you. Thank you.
Awesome stuff. Thank you so much. And there you have it, folks. So those are our judges. And without further ado, we'll jump straight into our presentations. So what we'll do is I'll just quickly announce who the first three teams is one last time. So do remember which team you're after or which team you're before, and prepare accordingly. Right, so the first team on the list is Inkaso. So Inkaso, please shout and say hello.
Good afternoon all, pleasure to be here with you.
Awesome stuff. When you're ready, you can share your screen and I will start your timer accordingly.
Are you going to pop up the PowerPoint on your side?
No, please share on your presentation on your side.
You okay? Caught me off guard now. I don't have thingy on my device. I don't have MS Teams. Okay, cool. Can I just start it with the demo, just so I don't waste time?
Sure. Yes. Yeah, so you can start by sharing your screen so long, and if you're ready, I'll start your 6 minutes.
Okay, coming up. Just let me know when you can see it, please.
Awesome. Yes.
What did I do now? Oh, can you see already?
So yes, we're currently looking at the Google Meet. Okay, yes. Yes, we can see your React app.
Okay, so React, okay. Okay, so my idea is incentivized ordering system, right? But first thing is they are already ordering systems that exist, but they are strictly for ordering. You buy your product, get it to wherever it's going. This one is more focused on growing the SMEs, more focused on having people start to invest in their own communities, right? So it's really the little guys. So okay, let me get started here. There's a number of categories, a number of different type of SMEs that have popped up in our neighborhoods after the whole COVID pandemic, and people lost jobs and people moved into corners where they started innovating and becoming entrepreneurs and all. So the one I'm going to be focusing on today is food, right? So what I did was I'm trying to create a platform where people can make orders like normal, like how we do here in the location, right? So in the location, as I spoke a bit about this yesterday. So in the location, what we do is sometimes you can get your order on face value just because you know it's like a tab, right? So this is what we're trying to do. These are the kinds of interactions we're trying to make easier for people, where you can actually just store the person's data on a database and be like, okay, you said you're going to pay me next week, let's store it there. Because what I've found is a lot of the thingies we have now are paper based, right? So these guys are writing orders on paper, they have books, they keep going back, some of them make mistakes. I had an order last week from a guy who told me, yo, dude, you remember you still owe me 5 Rand? I actually owed him 10 Rand, but you know, lucky for him, I'm an honest guy. So let's get started. So from the customer's perspective, the guy is actually going to be ordering food and all. You'd select your category, right? You'd see the menus. Now, this list is still very small. When the list grows, it does need a filtering system where you can filter by region or by ward, or basically narrow down the small businesses that are in your area, right? So you'd select whichever one you want. So let's take Uliso. So we see he has 3 dishes here. These are just, don't worry about the images, they're like placeholders. I didn't have time to, yeah. So anyway, you find all the menu, the items on his menu. These thingies that are here, these values that are here, these are values that initially in the first week, for example, when the business owner registers their business, they have to put these in manually themselves. But over time, as we start to analyze their business and we start to get more data on their business, we take over this. We know, we find the average of all these times, right? So as we can see, Liso is available right now, is open. So 2 things we can do, we can call or we can buy online. So this is really the gist of what we want. Unfortunately, I didn't get to fill in the whole UI elements, but I'm just going to take you through the idea here. You'd have to select your order details, right? Where you'd say, okay, I want X quantity of this and I want extra sauce or whatever. We'll move on to your delivery details, where you'd say, okay, I'm going to pay on collection, I'm going to pay on delivery, I'm going to pay at a future date perhaps. And then, no, sorry, man, I'm jumping the gun. Delivery is, are you collecting or do you want someone to come in and get it from you? Payment is how are you paying now, later, or so. Yeah, that's what that is about. But the most interesting part about this, well, what I think is most interesting is the data that we get here. So, for instance, on shops here, sorry, I jumped the gun again. So on shops here, this would be the shops you've registered, right, as the business owner. So let's look at Umamsasa. Let's edit Umamsasa. We look at Umamsasa. This is what we want. This is just for now. This is a placeholder image. I didn't have time to do the actual dashboard, but this is perfect. This is exactly what I'm going for with my design as well. So what we want is we want to have dates, we want to have the numbers, we want to find out how much they're pushing, how much numbers they're pushing. And for them, we want to put it on a graph, right? So they can easily see. Most people don't like reading stuff. So they can see, okay, month on month, we're growing. But also for local government, I think this is important because now they can start to see, hey, this guy last week he had 50 orders coming in. This week he has 100. Third week he has 150. Then we can start to have alerts to local government like, hey, man, there's this guy here. He's making waves. His business is growing. Wouldn't you like to support him? Buy him an extra pot. Get him some gas or something. So this is also just to facilitate that communication, to bridge that barrier between the little guys and local government, right? So, yeah, unfortunately, I didn't get too much done. I didn't get too much done in terms of the flow. But, yeah, okay. I'm going over my words now, sorry. But that's pretty much it. I don't know if you have any questions. Oh, yes, I didn't talk about the incentivized part. So what we're trying to do, right, is we're trying to provide incentives for the guys who purchase here, the guys who are actually making orders. So we want to track every time they make an order and they complete an order, right? We want to track like, okay, you made 4 orders now. On your 5th order, you get a 30% discount. This would have to be a deal that we make with the SMEs. So this is like creating your loyalty, your customer loyalty. You're making your customers, you're giving them a reason to buy from you, right? Because they're going to benefit in the end. The more you buy, discounts, right? And also a number of small businesses can emerge from this, both from the data and the delivery system. With us, right, people catch a lot of taxis to get to like literally everywhere. So what would happen is a person would grab a 15 Rand taxi to go buy from an SME, right? Get your plate of food, and then you come back with another 15 Rand. With delivery systems in our locations, you get a couple of bicycles, you get a couple of kids who aren't doing anything, students preferably, from the neighborhood, and you make them make the deliveries, and they just work on tips, no expense to the actual SME.
Awesome stuff.
Can someone mute, please? There's just echo.
Sorry, Sampiwa, your time is up. Thank you so much. Without further ado, judges, your 4 minutes will begin now. So if you have any questions, feel free to just go ahead and ask.
Sampiwa, hi, this is Aldred. Just a question around, how different is your solution to Uber Eats and to Mr. D? First thing. The second question would be around access and scale. Do you see this platform as a mobile application? Is it going to be something that is a PWA? How have you taken into account the cost of data in downloading mobile applications? Those are 2 questions from me. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. Can I start with the access and scalability? So, like I mentioned, this app is mainly aimed at the little guys, right? And in my community, we have a problem with data and tech, like smartphones, for instance. So the plan is to move it to USSD, preferably before version 1 comes out. So it needs to come out in 2 parts, as the website and as the USSD accessible side of it, right? So yeah, it is a website because I don't want people downloading stuff and wasting their space and all that on an app that they don't even know yet. In terms of scaling, I think it applies to all provinces, all locations with poverty and SMEs, right? It's sort of a one-size-fits-all type of a thing. How is it different from Uber Eats? Okay, so firstly, it's similar to Uber Eats in that we're bringing food to people, we're helping people get fed, right? So that's a similarity. How are we different? We're different because we don't have our local government as it stands, or at least I don't think, I stand to be corrected. I don't think we have the data, the numbers that these businesses on Uber Eats are pushing. We don't know whether business is growing or sinking. We don't know what people are buying the most. So we can't work around analytics there, and we can't support where support is needed. And I haven't seen any Uber Eats options where you say, listen, man, I'm going to pay you next week. it's really business. You have money now, you get the product now. Whereas in the community, you know, sometimes it's basically in-class support. So we say, listen, you need it now. Okay, I know you stay here in the community, you can get it now. And it's also a platform for a government to provide. So this is free, first of all, the website is free. So we're going to spam these guys. We spam these guys with whatever kind of things they need. So for instance, if you see a business sinking, right? You say, hey guy, just open up a bit earlier. Just spam them with some ads. This business is opening up a bit earlier. Have you tried buying from this supplier? Also, we notice we gain a lot of data, right? So we're noticing businesses in the community like, okay, this guy on the 15th, this guy is always stocking up. In another area on the 17th, there's another guy also stocking up. How about we take both of these guys and we make them buy bulk purchases where they get a discount, right? And we facilitate this for them. They don't even need to know about each other. So I feel this is how this is different from the Uber Eats. It's really to promote the community. I don't know if that answers your question. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
Awesome. So we still have a few seconds left. I just wanted to confirm from Judge Lynette. Did you have a question on your side?
Thank you. Thanks, Mpiwe, for that presentation. I was wondering, you now mentioned in the last sentence, getting communities involved. How is this app linking the communities to the municipality? I think it's a great app in the sense that the municipality can use that data in various other areas from customers, but I don't hear the linking to the municipalities.
Yeah, yes. So I think mostly it's linking the SMEs, the small entrepreneurs, the guys who are looking to like grow their businesses. It's linking them to the municipality more than it is linking the end user, the guy who's actually hungry. Yes, thank you.
Thanks.
Awesome stuff. Thank you so much. Unfortunately, judging time is also over. Thank you so much to the first team that went. Without further ado, we're just going to take a 1-minute break so that the judges have some time to quickly score you guys. And while we do that, I would just like to call on the next 3 teams. So what we can do is for the next team, whoever will be sharing the screen, please put your hand up so that we may see who will be sharing your screen as well. And then when you're ready, feel free to, just let me know once you're ready, and then I'll start your 6 minutes. Cool. So the next 3 teams are, number 1, Digitalized Kids. Then we have SLE Coders. And then we have Ama-Resilientech. Cool. So do we have someone from Digitalized Kids? Please raise your hand or unmute yourself. Team Digitalized Kids. Okay. Seems like we don't have anyone responding as of yet. So do we have SLE Coders? Please shout. Awesome. Feel free to unmute yourself, Mr. Eleglam.
Okay, I'd like to try and share my screen.
Awesome. Which team are you from?
SLE Coders.
Okay, awesome. So we'll jump straight to SLE Coders and we'll come back to Digitalized Kids.
Are you able to see my screen?
Not yet. Okay, awesome. It's loading.
Okay. Okay, I am finding it difficult to get the file.
Okay, we'll just
Okay,
give
there
you a
we
few
go.
more seconds. Okay, cool.
Are you able to see everything? Because I'm using a device,
Yes,
a mobile device.
yes, that's fine. Just rotate your screen longitudinally, sorry, sideways, and then I'll go ahead and start your time.
Okay, is that visible? Can you see it?
You aren't presenting anymore, unfortunately. Now, please try one more time.
Okay. Can you see now?
Yes, we can. Cool.
Okay, thank you.
Your 6 minutes starts now.
Okay, good afternoon to our judges, the stakeholders, and the participants. I am representing Team SLE Coders, and our project is called Resources. I as Youth Empowerment Resources. So a bit of a background. The Eastern Cape in South Africa is one of the poorest provinces. About 880,000 of people in the Eastern Cape, they live in poverty, and of which just above 11.3% are unemployed youth within the district of the Amathole. The Amathole District Municipality's Vision 2058 is to have an inclusive, equitable economy that offers well-paying jobs and opportunities to all to live with dignity and security. Now, how does the ADM reach its vision and goal of having about 300,000 people employed by 2058? It is evident that the high unemployment in the Eastern Cape is a problem, and in Amathole District Municipality, about 59% of the people who are living in this district are economically not active, which tells us that people do not earn decent income. As the majority of the residents in Amathole, there are young people who are between the ages of from 15. So this makes it difficult to convert the vision of the ADM, as there are also scarce skills and no job opportunities. So what this tells us is that about 27 people of who lives in this district have no internet access, and people who lives in this district, they use mobile phones with no internet access, and internet access that is available is only about 2 kilometers away from the dwellings. So how can the ADM connect to the youth that lives within district to access such opportunities? Our proposed solution is the use of a free USSD and free access web-based platform. This platform will be available to unemployed youth to access skills development programs as well as job opportunities, of which this platform will be a resource that has tools that will enable the youth to connect to the career guidance, interview preparation, and self-development. So our solution is to create a platform that will cater for both unemployed youth within the district as well as cater for the municipality's needs, which we know that in our province in Eastern Cape, as well as within the Amathole district, the familiar or the industries that are popular are agriculture, manufacturing, and construction, of which they need skills more of that. So by us providing the free USSD and free access website platform, this way the municipality will collect data that will assist with job placement, learnership opportunities, as well as training programs within the popular industries in the platform. In the province. So the municipality is connecting to unemployed youth to provide a platform that will enable unemployed youth with resources such as career guidance, job opportunities, and skills development. The USSD will be created, and anyone within the district, which is unemployed youth, will be able to use the USSD, as it will be free, and any device will be user-friendly to everyone, whether you are connected to the internet or not. So a person will dial a USSD and they will register and put in their details. So this way, the municipality is collecting information and data that will connect unemployed youth to the opportunities that will be available in the local municipality. That way, a skill is matched with an opportunity. So if you are a young person who has registered on the platform and you have selected the skills that you have or the skills that you acquire, then you are matched with that opportunity or that job. And as well as the web design, it pretty much works the same way as the USSD, and the web design will be free access, because we all know that only about 27% of people can access the internet within the district. So it will enable a person to also upload supporting documents on the platform should they need to do so. And the tools that we have used to build our prototype is the Java, HTML, awesome. Google Slides, and Adobe XD. So what is our
Sorry to interrupt. Apologies to interrupt, but unfortunately your time is up. Judges, would you like them to continue within the 4 minutes?
You can give her half a minute to continue, please.
Okay.
One slide
back. Thank you so much, judges. So the second last slide is basically our business model. So who is our customer? So our customer is an unemployed youth, a person who is looking for a job. Whether they do have a skill or not, the platform will be useful for such, because there will be opportunities where youth is called for learnerships, they're called for trainings and skills development. So unemployed graduates as well are also able to utilize the platform. And whether you are also looking for things like career guidance, you are looking for interview tips or practice, then the resource is actually made for that. And what impact does our platform have? Well, the impact that our platform has, or the resources that the platform will have, it will allow the municipality match opportunities as well as training opportunities with the relevant candidate that is on the database. And it will also enable external stakeholders like your corporate companies or private companies to utilize the data so that they are able to find qualifying candidates for their job opportunities. And how do we monetize on this platform? So this is actually a really hard one, as this platform will be meant for the municipality to actually have a social impact around the Amathole municipality. So obviously the cost of building the app and the USSD will need funds, and those funds, I believe that the municipality will have to be involved in that, as well as government subsidy. So that is basically what our solution is a platform which has resources and tools for the unemployed youth within the Amathole district, where they are able to utilize and attract information, build their CVs, and develop themselves with the necessary skills and information needed. Thank you.
Judges, so there's still a few minutes left, just over a minute actually, of judging time, so feel free to ask any questions.
Hi, I have a question. I saw that in the USSD, say that the USSD will be almost similar to the web platform, but then how would you then upload any kind of document using USSD?
So you will use the USSD to register, right? And then the information will be captured. Should you need to upload any documents, the website is free so that you are able to upload any documents that you may have scanned using a device that allows that. So the website and the USSD will work integrated, or it will work concurrently. The website is basically used to enable a person who's using the platform to upload necessary documents should they need to do so.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Awesome. And unfortunately, that is the judges' time. So thank you so much. Up next, we'll just jump straight to Team Digitalized Kids. So Team Digitalized Kids, please, if you are presenting, please quickly raise your, please quickly raise your hand so that we may know who will be presenting. And then, yeah, so please raise your hand if you'll be presenting under Team Digitalized Kids, and then start sharing your screen. When you're ready, I will start your 6 minutes. Awesome stuff. So we have Malungelo. Feel free to unmute yourself.
Yes, Chair. Do we fill in the form to rate them after they present, or do we keep that for after the last present? Because I think I'm losing you guys here. I'm busy evaluating, and then we're moving over to the next person. Or am I slow?
Oh yes, sorry, that's my fault. So we'll actually give a minute in between every pitch for the judges to judge. So to answer your question, yes, it's after every pitch.
Okay, thanks, Chair.
Awesome. Team Digitalized Kids. Is Falasande still here? Okay, we're going to jump straight to the next team, which is Ama-Resilientech. Please quickly shout if you are here, Team Ama-Resilientech.
Yes, we are.
Awesome stuff. Thank you so much. Feel free to start presenting, and then when you're ready, we'll start your 6 minutes. In the meantime, so after Team Ama-Resilientech, we'll have Team O-Devs, and then we'll have Team KMB Interlinkers.
Oh, shucks. Shit. Okay. Sorry, I just need to switch on to a different browser. This one won't allow me to share. Sorry, I could have tried this better. But Yeah.
Sure, no problem. We'll just give you a quick minute. So in the meantime, judges, you can continue judging the previous team. And then I just want to do a last roll call. Is team Digitalized Kids still not here in the chat? Please shout.
What was the name of the team that presented just before? I'm getting a bit lost. Was it
So the previous
SLE Coders?
Yes, that's correct. SLE Coders.
All right, can I go?
Yes, your 6 minutes starts now.
Thank you so much. So I'm to spend water for the Amathole District water tech solution. Before I go on to the presentation, I just want you to think about what would become of a society without access to water. How would basic human interactions be? How would biodiversity thrive? Trees, plants, and animals. What natural resource would help them grow? How would the global system generate produce and feed the world? The human body in itself is composed of 60. What happens in life without a source of water hydration? So the challenge that this municipality is facing right now, apart from the water shortages, is that we have learned in our research that the municipality actually loses 50% of its water, and what that 50% is actually unaccounted for. And we don't have specific statistics to actually take this come and assume that from broken infrastructure, tap leaking, and the municipality never gets to actually repair those leaking taps. And a huge chunk of that also comes from ordinary households. And this is the bottom of the problem to address with our solution. So we want to create a tech solution that will enable the end user to report faulty infrastructure so that the municipality may respond. But within that, we also think the solution is able to be scaled to a three-pronged solution. The first addresses the issue of that water loss, because that water loss also speaks to the fact that the municipality of having unaccounted water. So we want to deal with the revenue issue through an app that will allow the municipality to figure out a way of generating revenue from especially households. Those that were able to pay then can pay, and then there's a sliding scale that's created for those people who qualify for indigent services. And that app to vet individuals, and when they register their details, we're killing a lot with what's on first. We are also addressing the issue that the municipality is experiencing. They have data, but that data is not reliable. It's not updated. Sometimes the data is corrupt and don't actually know if people have moved and they're still alive, or those households still belong to the people that were registered originally under. So all those kinds of situations we're able to address with one app. At the point of capturing someone's or client's details, you're able to trigger a process that allows Home Affairs to verify that it's the individual. You are able to verify people are working and their income, therefore either qualify or not qualify. So those approval processes that happen in that space, but at the same time, you are also updating the municipality's database. And this app will also leverage on that existing database. So we'll look at the existing database and figure out how we can plug it in. And we are using a platform that also already exists that the municipality is using, and tools that are there that I think and that probably are underused. So we're looking at maximizing existing infrastructure, use existing data, and fill the gaps with the capturing system. And that will also kick in a process, therefore, that could be a phase 2 of the project. But our focusing at the moment is that vetting process. In fact, it's a vetting and billing process, because with that, we are, again, like I said, we want to recover costs that the municipality incurs and also be able to bill people properly as it should. And further down the line, there's internal flows and business processes that the municipality itself that they need to get sorted, so that when we eventually have an app that allows users to log in faults, that the municipality's processes are organized first, that they can they have the right workflows that are customized per department, that enable communication and seamless and efficient communication and approval processes within the municipality and with other stakeholders that need to come into each of the flows with every kind of division. So the platform itself that we would like to use is the Microsoft platform. In fact, if the municipality is really, for example, working on Teams, if they are taught to use that effectively, then we can show them that they're already working on SharePoint, which is the bedrock of Teams, where all flows will be created and these apps created with chatbots that then allow for efficient feedback loops when clients request support. My teammates are also on standby to kind of answer questions in terms of the user experience itself and from the user interface point of view. So I think I'll stop for now and allow for questions.
Awesome, perfect timing. So without further ado, your judges, your 4 minutes will begin now.
Thank you, Brenda. I don't have a question, but I would like to say that I like your idea very much. The citizens, we getting citizens to pay for services used, and then support the indigents who can't pay for those services and measure losses. And you're really dealing with the issues that ADM is grappling with, which is revenue issues, revenue losses, water losses, and also follow up on citizens' data. Are they still alive? Are they in the province? So, yes, thank you very much for your presentation. Well thought through.
Thank you for that feedback. And just speaking of the user experience, I mean, we bring the usual user experience. People are used to filling forms. Like when we were thinking about designing this platform, we looked at a form that will be able to capture all of that data and allow for the municipality to get as much information from that. But it will be a digital form that will be connected to that SharePoint site. But also, when we get to a point where we a public-facing app for this, we will first kind of revive that old satellite office model where Omakulu from Eslalini can go into a tab and assisted there to fill out the form until people actually can get you. So those without smartphones will also have access to the platform. And those that do have, they will easily be sent a link to fill in the form so that they can update their details. And much later, the same platform then becomes something that people get used to so that they can use it for reporting services later. But that can only happen if the municipality itself has in order. Thank you.
Hi, Brenda. This is Aldred from GovChat. Thank you for your presentation. Just a question around your thoughts in getting around, various challenges in government departments sharing data amongst one another. And so we find that there are big challenges between, let's say, Home Affairs sharing data with SARS and SARS sharing data with Stats SA. How are you going to get it right to to integrate this platform, where currently there are many examples where this is not working from a integration model point of view. Thank you.
Thank you for that question. The beautiful thing about the Microsoft environment is that from provincial, national, local, district, municipality levels, everybody's working on the Microsoft environment. It is just that we tend to go onto costly exercises, buying extra subscriptions for our data management systems as part. But the other, again, to solve that, Microsoft works well with connecting to other existing platforms at different stakeholders like your affairs, so their system can easily be integrated into them. And there's always a way of plugging in to an existing system. But the starting point would always to be ensure that people know what all municipalities, the provincial offices that you work with, the national offices, they already have Microsoft licenses. And we're saying that in that Microsoft license, there are tools that are capable of doing everything that we're hopping onto different platforms. So we're maximizing awareness and use of those existing tools first, and then we see what else is the municipality using. For example, the municipality uses a different accounting system or a different billing system. That billing system will take and plug into this, and obviously we at the right level that allow different people in those workflows to be able to approve or not. So a simple example is if someone starting with that vetting and billing process where they fill out that form, there's a team that is responsible for different parts within that flow. If at the end of that flow, that ends with someone giving approval for this person to get indigent, that person has the right security level to approve that application. If it kicks in that it needs to go straight to Home Affairs, that person responsible for that particular flow is entrusted with the rights to do that, and that nobody has an overall access to avoid security breaches. So it's a high level of security that you're offering.
Sorry to interrupt there. Unfortunately, the judges' time is up. So we'll just give the judges 1 minute to quickly do the scoring. So yeah, that was Team Ama-Resilientech. Thank you so much. So up next,
thank you.
We'll have Team ODevs. Awesome. So up next, we'll have Team ODevs. So Team ODevs, please shout. After Team ODevs, we'll have KMB Interlinkers, and then SNS Hack Trees. So please do prepare yourself. Say hi, Gabriel, when you're ready, and when the time is right, I will start your 6 minutes.
Hi, Gabriel. Hello to the judges, stakeholders. We will be presenting from my team members' side. Daniel, my name is Garabo. I'll start now.
Okay, dokes.
Okay. We present to you the gift of health. With the pandemic, it took a lot from people. We came to realize that there has been a lot of waste even with previous times. The health industry, amongst most of them, suffered the most with the resources getting limited by the minute. This had our parents and grandparents asking themselves if they could find a way where they could do their routine clinic checkups without having to actually go into the clinic. Daniel, you may go to the next slide. My name is Karabo Getsi and my team member is Daniel Basiwe. We are final year students studying software development at the Nelson Mandela University. So the pandemic and in general presented 3 problems: traveling, access to clinics, and running out of medication. It seemed expensive and time-consuming to have regular trips to the clinic, where senior citizens could not have access to proper transport and resources to the clinic. The pandemic also came and made it very evident that the access to clinics is not very viable. It's always been that case, but it became very worse seeing lines that already pre-existed. Running out of medications, people would go to the clinic and have to change their usual medication because on the day that they came, maybe the clinic had just run out of the medication that they usually use. We came up with a solution that caters for 3 parts of this. A solution's name, as we said, is Gift of Health. It will allow enabling access and cutting down of long queues at the clinics, door-to-door deliveries of medication without the need of being physically present at the clinic, and you'll send an SMS reminder of updates for patients to visit the clinic. I will hand over to my teammate to present the prototype.
Good afternoon, everyone, to the judges and the other participants. My name is Daniel Basiwe, and I'll be walking you through the prototype we made on Adobe XD. Just a moment while I'm sharing my screen. Please confirm if my screen is visible.
Yes, it's loading.
Okay, thank you. We focused more on a USSD-oriented service, and we are considering moving into an app because we do understand that the most people who are affected by this, it's our mothers and grandmothers from the rural parts of Southern Africa and also our communities as well. And even though there are people, a large number of people with smartphones, but still most of the access is orientated, or most people who have access, it's those small phones which can only accept USSD codes. And now I'll just be demonstrating how, when you are dialing a USSD code, whether it's on a smartphone or not on a smartphone, which can actually allow you access to our service. And then, okay, so here we'll dial in the USSD code back here. Then after that, you'd actually choose which district you are from. And then our user selected the Amathole District. Here is the input field for the 0. And then from there, that actually choose the clinic nearest to them. So we actually find solution to the closest link that you have to a health facility like a clinic. And then after that, we'd actually have a way of getting your information by using your clinic card number, which is linked to your ID number and officially now linked to Home Affairs. So by you typing in your card number, you actually have access to all your information on all your background information, the history of any clinic visits that you have. And here we'll actually be recording or actually requesting either recording any chronic illness that you've had, any family planning that you want to do, or actually be booking a checkup at the clinic. And we do understand that the government has also taken initiative of allowing people to have scanners and testing facilities back at their homes, like your blood pressure scanner, and maybe something to test your sugar levels as well. And our user will be selecting sugar diabetes in case that's something they're suffering from, something they have an issue with. And here they'll actually be able to type in whatever our service requires from them, like entering their sugar levels, just to get a checkup of, do they still need a visit at the clinic or are they actually fine? And then after that, you'll actually give them a feedback on the USSD that based on their typed in input, are they actually supposed to be getting medication, or are they now done, or do they still need to go for a final checkup at the clinic? And then lastly, we'd actually be able to send SMS reminders to specific individuals who are actually registered on our service, just to keep reminding them. And I'm sure everyone is aware that we are facing the pandemic, and also we have been receiving those SMSs from the government reminding us to stay cautious and to be vigilant. The pandemic is not over yet. The fight is still far from over. So even if you are inconsistent, but using that SMS, it serves as a reminder and serves as a reminder that we are still facing a pandemic. So our service actually covers that as well. Thank you.
Awesome stuff. Thank you so much. Unfortunately, your time is up. Without further ado, we'll jump into the judges' 4 minutes. So judges, you may start asking any questions.
Gabriel Pierce's hand was up.
Excuse me, what's the name of this team?
Awesome. So this is team, let me quickly confirm. Yes, team ODevs.
Okay, if Pia's not there to ask a question, I would just like to commend the team on this. It's very exciting because I know it's very frustrating for our people to go to the clinic and sit there in long queues and there's no medication or the clinic closes. So this is very effective for citizens to be able to access if the medications are there, if the doctor is there, if the chronic medication is there. And I would also like to recommend to the team going forward that some of the clinics in the Western Cape is using the system and it's working very well. So you can just build on to that as well. But this is a very exciting and innovative idea. Thank you.
Gabriel, I just want to check if you can hear me.
Yes, we can hear you. It's just a bit soft, but it is audible.
Sorry, I think I had a problem with my sound. Quick question, it's actually also just a comment as well, is have you looked at the back office, what's happening in the clinics in terms of enabling such a system? Because there are quite a lot of solutions coming through hackathons, and most of them struggle when it comes to dealing with the back office, that there's just nobody on the other side to be able to administer. So how did you consider that and address that? Thank you.
Okay, thank you, sir, for your question. And we actually thought of on the backside, or actually the admin side, each clinic can actually have a designated administrator who will actually be handling all of that admin coming from the user side, which is the patients, and they can actually be the ones assigning different nurses, assigning them different responsibilities. So we can have an instance of maybe a clinic has a staff of 5 nurses, which will be administrators, and they actually make sure that the USSD service is up and running, and they actually check in with patients if they can still have access to the service and provide that back-end support.
Okay, I think we can conclude there if there are no further questions from any of our judges. Thank you much, Team ODevs. Without further ado, I'll introduce the next 3 teams. While I'm doing that, I'll just give the judges a minute to continue filling in the judging forms. So our next team will be Team KMB, Interlinkers. Please raise your hand. The person in your team will be sharing their screen. And when you're ready, do let us know. After Team KMB, it'll be Team SNS Hacktees, and then Team ECLoCalHack. Right, and then also in the chat, we've posted a hackathon survey form. So please do take a few minutes if you guys aren't presenting, obviously. And then please do fill in that form. We do appreciate your feedback. Cool. So do we have Team KMB Interlinkers? Please shout. Is it Masibulele? Feel free to unmute yourself.
Okay, thank you very much.
Awesome.
And then how do I share my screen for my presentation?
Cool. So in the bottom left panel, where you can mute, unmute, you'll see a tab that says Present Now. So you want to click there. You want to click on the specific tab, and then you're going to click the final Share Now button in blue. Cool. Any progress on your side?
Yes. What is it?
We're unable to see a screen. We're unable to see a screen at the moment.
Still nothing.
Nope, still nothing. Okay. For now, can we quickly jump back to Team Digitalized Kids while you prepare on your side? If possible, please use a Chrome browser. It does make it a little easier on Chrome. Cool. So we'll come back to Team KMB Interlinkers. For now, we're going to jump back to Team Digitalized Kids that we skipped earlier on. So Team Digitalized Kids, please unmute yourself and share your screen.
Yes, sir. Okay. Sorry. Do you see my screen?
Not yet.
Okay. I cannot. Okay. Okay. Let me change your browser, please.
Okay, no problem. Team KMB Interlinkers, which browser were you using? Okay, can I quickly find out, is Team SNS here? Oh, you there? Okay. Are you able to share now?
Still, I'm struggling to share, so I'm trying to change a laptop.
Okay. For now, we're going to jump to Team SNS Hacktees. Team SNS Hacktees, please shout if you're there.
Yes, I'm here.
Yes. Are you able to share your screen?
Let me give it a try. Are you able to see?
Not yet. Oh, wait, no. Yes, we can. Awesome. Yes, we can see your screen.
Okay.
Team SNS Hacktees, your 6 minutes begins now.
Oh, okay. I'll be presenting for SNS Hackathon with their project name Public Transportation using USSD code. Like have a picture of being able to use banking using USSD code and voting by using USSD code from rural areas. That is our main aspect here. that is Amathole District Municipalities. So why we can't use that technology to being updated about our transports, then that's where the idea came. The team was firstly with 3 members, but the other 2 members didn't incorporate with the hackathon, saying that they thought it was just for some few hours. They didn't thought it will take 2 days. Then they fled out. But I keep on carrying this team alone. Then my name is Buhle Sinyanya. My nickname is Noman. I'm situated in one of the small towns of Amathole District, that is Ngamakwe, studying at WSU, doing my final year. I'm so driven to make more changes to the future by using this technology. Okay, then the project came from the problems that I myself has experienced from these rural areas that we are staying at. So the problem where our public transport. So this topic or idea or solution is a very, very broad idea. So I try all my best to minimize it and filter it to be in a specific aspect. So I used this. I focused more on public transportations, that is the buses. So the buses at our local areas might have delays on some days when we want to go to town or visit some areas. Then we will not be able to communicate with the owners of the buses or the associations of the transport of the public transport. So that's the other issue, the problems that we will face. And when the buses breaks from long distance from our local areas to town, then at some point it breaks. Then the bus to take long to be recognized by their associations, saying that we only use cell phones, that is to call. And then the emergency passengers along the bus, like when the pregnant woman, like these are the challenges that we face, or problems that we face from these public transports. Then the solution came about this project too, is the way to interact more with our our associations or our municipalities. So came about to be for when the emergency happened during the way along the way to town. Then there will be, as I said, this topic is a broad. I try to focus more on small details, or like for this one, for this bullet, it has to be used. It has to be more with the bus itself. So in the bus, there should be some chipsets that are embedded in the buses, so that they can update their administrators, office administrators, if any emergency had happened. Oh, sorry.
Awesome. Apologies. Unfortunately, your 6 minutes is up. But judges, would you like him to continue in your 4 minutes?
Gabriel, we can give him a minute.
Okay. So your 4 minutes begins now.
Thank you, judges. Okay. And then the solution would be like we will have able to book our seats on the bus, and we will be able to see if the bus will come or will not come, so as to prepare ourselves for another kind of transportation. And then the impact of this project will be the main purpose, the main platform that is being used is by using USSD coding application, so that this it can be more convenient for everyone, like the targets. So even if you do not have a smartphone, you will be able to be updated from the buses associations. Then these are the impacts of USD. So USD helps more about, or it does not require internet connection, which is best for our rural areas, because we always face network errors, and the SSD does not use so much data, or it maybe uses 20 cent or 50 cent, depending on the time you spend during your operation. Then it works with just every mobile, as I have just said, that it is more convenient for everyone to use. And and okay, let me just, and the tools that we used. Okay, as I said, this is a broad topic, so I focused more on this. The tools here I used to form or to create the customer side, that is the application, so as to give the user an interface to interact with the association. And then the diagram will, this is an illustration of all the full version of this whole project. As I said, I tried so much to shorten it as to look on users only, but this is the clear version of all the full version of this project. Then the buses would update the chip that is being embedded in the buses will update their service. Then this will be the USDT code, and there will be those options there. That is the booking, emergency, tracking, smart assistance. That is which have more information, which should be option 5. And then option 1, if you would choose option 1 from this, then for booking, then the system will tell you how many seats are available for that bus at that specific day. And if they are full, they will tell you before you even go to your area stop. Sorry. Okay.
So
thank you very much.
Awesome. And that is it. Unfortunately, judges, your time is up. But if there are any questions, we can quickly take some questions.
Hi, it's Aldred. Just a question from my side. How do you intend tracking buses and communicating that when you're using USSD? Thank you.
Okay, as I have said that there will be an interaction between the chip that is being embedded from the buses. The chip itself functions as it always updates the servers of its whereabouts of the buses. Then the web servers will update their data. Then the data that is being accessed by the user, then it will be automatically being updated. Thank you.
Thank you. Gabriel, you on mute.
Oh, shucks. Thank you so much. So yes, I just want to tease. And up next, we're going to be jumping back to Team Digitalized Kids. So Team Digitalized Kids, are you with us?
Yes, we are.
Awesome. Okay, when you're ready, please do start sharing your screen. In the meantime, we'll just give the judges a minute to wrap up judging. And once again, guys, I just want to remind you again, please do fill in the feedback form that's linked in the chat. Yeah, so we do appreciate your feedback and we would love to hear more. So you can find that link in the chat. You'll just have to scroll up a little bit. Awesome. So I think Team Digitalized Kids, are you ready to go?
Yes. Are you able to see my screen?
Yes, we are.
Okay, thank you.
Your 6 minutes begins now.
Okay. Okay, good morning. Oh, sorry. I want to say hi to everyone. I'm by the name of Pilar Sander from Digitalized Kids Group. So I come here to present under the what we call solution name, which is Empowering Youth for Positive Change. So I'm with Kaya Kunene. We're a group of 2. Then the background overview is that I'm just a student, university student, specializing in communication networks and development software. So I have experienced so many hackathons. Then Kaya Kunene is a product designer, a system analyst, and what we call a research. Municipality and communities, there is no communication in how they address and solve community-related issues. As a result, lack of communication affects how communities operate. For example, the issue of leaking water pipes and how those issues are quick and fixed or get reported to the relevant authorities. So we came up with the objective that is, it is to create an effective or innovative ICT solution that is scalable to SA in communities, such as developing an app and website that will help community members to report potholes, littering, block sewage. The system is made simple, but the fact is that they have to learn it and master it. So we use tools like JavaScript, HTML, CSS to develop website, and we transport municipality cars to move from one place to another to attend the scene. So if the app is used or the website is used to give notification, so they won't use the more money for petrol because the cars will go from the what we call the scene area. So thank you.
Awesome, thank you so much. So you actually had another minute and a half left, but without further ado, we'll jump straight. You are more than welcome to go and ask.
Hi, Chair. Is this a customer services app? Is it a customer services app where the communities are talking to the municipality, or is it a customer services app where communities are reporting issues about the municipal?
Okay. It can do all of the work at the same time, just because there is, in terms of usability, we provided a button or a slot whereby a user will able to send the feedback or to send what the request to the municipality. Also, we have the button from the municipality side to send what the feedback to the user.
Gabriel, if I can ask, there are quite a few of these solutions already available. Have you looked at some of them, and how do you distinguish yourself compared to those that are already in the market?
Okay. our website is different from other websites just because it is what we call a smart website, meaning that it is composed of Internet of Things devices. For example, in the DEM, so there will be some of devices that will be mounted in the demos that will give the feedback to the internet or website about the water levels, water siltation, littering in the dam. So that will make our website different from what we call other websites. And also, in terms of, it also helps municipality to prepare, or it can also serve as risk and natural disaster in this way. The IoT devices will be used to detect precipitation and type of precipitation for that particular time. For example, if there is a probability or prediction that 3 weeks to come, there will be global warming. So the notification will be sent to municipality, and it will be also posted in the website or sent to the users by SMSs that are not messages, that they must prepare themselves for a global warming or what we call a acidic rain that will come on that particular day.
Awesome stuff. I think those are in the chat. The link can be found a bit further up, so do scroll and do share your answers of the survey. And then up next, we have Team KMB Interlinkers. So are you guys ready?
I think we are sorted for now. Yes.
Awesome. Please share your screen, and then we'll just give it a few seconds, and then we'll start your timer.
Can you see it?
Not yet. Okay, awesome. It's loading now. Sweet, awesome. We can see your screen.
Okay, thank you very much.
So your 6 minutes begins now.
Oh, okay, thank you very much. Welcome to KP Interlinkers. Greetings to everyone who is with us. Okay, there we go. This is our model of a solution. Basically, the role of this smart automotive machine, we are bringing to you a smart automotive machine for small businesses in the rural areas. This machine will promote entrepreneurship and empower communities to apply the term Vukuzenze, wake up and do it yourself. A little bit of background and introduction. In Amathole District, we have a population of more than 63% that are living in poverty. This means that the majority of the people are living in rural areas. On the other side, the SMEs that should be making an impact on elevating the hunger problem are not. But how can we blame them really? Because 50% of them fail within 24 months of launch and 70 to 80% of them within the first 5 years. That is according to Stats SA. If SMEs are failing so much, how much more of them that are in rural areas and are in need of support just to make a living? This is why we came up with this smart self-service machine that will support the local people and will be an interlinker between the local government and the SMEs. This smart self-service machine is one of a kind. It is convenient and easy to use. It will be free and users will be using it at the comfort of their location, meaning that there's no longer need for travel money, no anything else. This machine or this business hub will help people from starting a business, running the business, and maintaining the business so that their businesses may not fail. What is the purpose? This hub will help businesses to make this machine makes business very easy because it allows people to do free marketing on it. So it does also do basic general bookkeeping. It equips them on how to save and manage money in their business. It helps them to manage and delegate work. There is no more travel cost. This is not for SMEs only, but also for local people that need companies to do a specific job for them. For instance, you can go to the machine and look at a company's profile. If you're happy with them and you want a plumber or an electrician or whatever company to do something for you, simply look at the profile, you call them, then they come. Let's also business. In conclusion, as we are moving towards the 2058 plan, and 4 and 5G are coming up very fast, why don't we integrate and bring everyone on board in interlinking the local government and the people in the SMEs and the villages that can be programmed to educate and make things for everyone. Yes, thank you very much. Also, for the benefit of those, am I still audible?
Yes, you are.
Oh, okay. Also for the benefit of the feel of the app, because I just did an outline of the app, my partner will come and present to have a preview of the app itself. He should be raising his hand by now. Okay, so I don't see anything. So yes, thank you very much.
Just a minute.
You guys still have just under a minute left.
Share the whole the thing.
Mr. Chikeke, is it possible for you to help me to be able to share?
Yes, so you want to?
Yeah, pardon?
You want to click the you see where it says Zanele is presenting? You want to click that tab and then select the tab you want to share, and then there will be a final share now button in blue, and you want to click that. Okay, unfortunately your time is up, but judges, would you like to extend their time?
Yes, please.
All right, your 4 minutes begins now.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Gabriel, I'm having problems with visual thing, presenting the whole thing.
Have you clicked present now? And then
there it is. Okay. Basically, this is the whole software thing.
There's 3 steps to the process. No, we cannot see it. You want to? Okay, we can see it now. Cool. Continue, please. Yes.
Okay. This is the homepage. This will be the homepage. If it's your first time using it, you have to register. Then you'll have to enter your whole details here. ID number, names, all things, and then you submit back. Then signing in, the whole idea of signing in will be having, if your profile exists, we'll be using facial recognition just to bring up your profile. Then you can do your e-filing. Sorry. You can do filing. Just a minute. Okay. This is how we'll be using your e-filing. Thank you. Thank you.
Cool. So there's still just over 2 minutes left. Judges, you're free to ask questions.
quick question. How will you deal with security of the devices, and is it not just easier to have an app and use people's own device?
Okay, thank you very much for the question. One, the whole point of this machine, it needs to be fixed in rural areas. When you give people an app, some don't have data, some don't have any smartphone. So that's the whole point. It needs to be fixed in rural areas. That's number one. Number two, the nice thing about this machine, you don't use cash on it. So all you need to do is place it in a school or in a public clinic where there are securities. So you don't really need a lot of stuff in terms of security for it, as much as people may break it. But that's the nice part. You put it in schools or in local clinics where there are already securities who are guarding these facilities. Thank you very much.
Hi, this is Algerd. Just a question around cost. What would you say would be the cost for a machine like this, and who is going to pay for this machine? Thank you.
Okay, for such a machine, we are looking at plus minus, could be 60, 70,000, depending on exactly the parts and how we really build it up. But the nice thing about the machine, you can break it down, you can cut down the cost as much as you can to make it convenient. And then the person who wants to buy is, of course, the interested people who wants to venture in terms of interlocking the communities and the government. So if there's someone who's interested in terms of wanting to get stats about businesses in the local place or in our district, a person who just needs to know what does these people do, what does these people don't do. So that's the nice part. And also let's bear in mind, when you talk about this app or this machine, it gives a preview to anyone, a big company, a small company, a local person, gives them a profile of every business. So automatically everyone would be interested in terms of wanting the machine itself, because it also integrates and helps the people in the rural areas in terms of trying to elevate poverty. Yes, thank you.
Awesome, thank you so much. So unfortunately, time is not on our side. So obviously we had more teams than anticipated. So we're just going to jump straight into the next team. So yeah, so hopefully we'll be done by, in fact, we should be done with presentations by 4:30. And then we'll obviously wrap things up and then bring you the final announcement thereafter, and then everything should finish by 5:30. So that's just a note to everyone on the call. Without further ado, I'd like to call on the next team, which will be Team Ezilalini. So Team Ezilalini, please shout. In the meantime, I'm just going to call the teams that will be going after Ezilalini, which is Geospatial Solutions. And then after Geospatial Solutions will be Software Engineers. But for now, Team Ezilalini, please share your screen and let us know if you are ready. Are you here? Is Team Geospatial Solutions here?
Yes, we are here, but we encountered a slight challenge. Actually, not a slight, a challenge from our side, because the laptop that we actually did the whole thing, the slides and everything, it just crashed. So right now we're still working on trying to retrieve all the data.
Okay. Do we have Team Software Engineers? Is Team Software Engineers here? Okay. Team Code Geeks. Okay. Yonela, which team are you from?
Code Geeks.
Okay, awesome. Okay, so we'll jump straight to you at Team Code Geeks. Please do start sharing your presentation. And then if Team Geospatial Solutions, Software Engineers, or Ezilalini, if you guys are present, please let us know in the chat. Thank you. Sweet. So your 6 minutes begins now.
Sorry. Is not a thing. So we can refresh. And now you'll see the publish button. Clicking that will hit our little block that we wrote and mark publish that as the current time. So that's really neat.
Oh, sorry about that.
No worries. I'll reset your time. Sorry.
Okay.
This is something that isn't really going to be any sort of functionality. I just want to make sure that I show you how to use it.
Okay, thanks a lot, Gabriel, and greetings to everyone. My name is Yonela, and I'm from Code Geeks. Our project is about the name of the project that we're having is Amathole Hub. That's what we've named it. These are my teammates, and Mr. Anati, Mr. Noba, and Independent. Okay, so actually, the project that we've decided that we'll be doing, as we called it, Amathole Hub, it's more like a recruitment agency. As we had that meeting before, whereby we had to cut our project down into at least one aspect, and so we decided that we'll take the recruitment agency.
Yeah.
Sorry. Okay. So the reason why we decided on this project is the fact that before while I'm doing this presentation, I want us to keep in mind that we should know that the high unemployment rate that we are facing in this district is not just because that the companies within the district doesn't have jobs opportunities or something like that, but most people within the district, they hardly get those job posts. So we're looking at something that will bring those job posts to them. Only the posts that are within the district. So one of the reasons that most people don't have access to these job posts is because you get the recruitment agencies that we do subscribe and they mostly post those jobs in other provinces, in other provinces mostly, I can say. So the posts that we have will only being advertised on newspapers and on local radio stations, which some of us don't even have time to spend on. Mostly the youth doesn't have time to read papers and listen to community radio stations. So we decided that let's come up with this mobile application, because most of the youth, they always on their smartphone. So let's come up with this application. This application will send notification whenever a person, whenever a company posts a job and the skills required on that job meet at least 5 of the skills that the person registered on the application, and then that person can start to, and then that person can get the notification, because at some point it is useless to get notification about admin, whereas about those HR jobs, whereas you are in software development. So people will get the job posts that are only based on their qualifications, and also based on the skills that they have, because at some point at some point we have to look at the skills besides the qualification, because you might meet the skills but not having the same qualification. Because the aim of the application is to grow, is to help in increasing the unemployment rate within the district. To elaborate a little how the application will work is that, so the user will log into the application. The user will log into the application, and then when they have logged in, they will register. When they have registered on the application, and then they will have to fill in their qualifications, their qualification, personal details, and all those details. And then, but the companies will register and will also be able to post on their side as the companies. So the municipality will only be an interlink between the two, because the app will only be hosted within the municipality. I'm not sure if there's something that I've left, but what's the minute? So the people of Amathole District will get jobs that are within the district municipality. So this will help the municipality in order. This will help the municipality to achieve the goal or the vision of 2058 of the economy. So
Sorry to interrupt you there. Unfortunately, your time is up. Judges, should we allow him of your time to continue?
One more minute is fine.
Okay. So you have 1 minute.
Okay, thanks. Okay, this will help the municipality in terms of growing the economy of the district, because most people won't be going to outside provinces or outside districts to go into and do other jobs, and people that will be getting jobs within the district will be people that are within the district, and that will use the money that they'll be generating within the district. Thanks a lot.
Awesome stuff. So judges, there's still just over 3 minutes left, so we can proceed to asking any questions.
Yes, I just want to find out, Capitec came through and hit the established banks with less charges. So your website is going to be a recruitment, is more like a recruitment agency, like your LinkedIn, like your, not only LinkedIn, but PNet and them. So yes. How are you different from PNet, taking into consideration that you will start small? Where is PNet not assisting the communities or the municipality in getting people placed?
The only difference between our application and that of applications like PNet and others is that when we apply for jobs, they send CVs to the companies that have requested. But on our application, there'll be no one sending CVs. The CVs will be sent to the company by the system based on the skills that the person has said that they possess. I'm not sure if it's clear. I'm not sure if it's clear on that.
Okay. I think there are no further questions from our judges. Thank you so much. Without further ado, just going to quickly do a roll call to see if there are any other teams that we previously mentioned. So Team Geospatial Solutions, are you here? Please unmute yourself and let us know if you're here.
Yes, we are still here, but we still haven't resolved the problem that we encountered. So I don't know how long it will take.
Okay. Could you please get a teammate to perhaps use Google Chrome to try and share your slides or reboot that device that wasn't working in the meantime? I'm going to jump to the next team, which is Team Software Engineers.
Doing that.
Okay. Is Team Software Engineers here? Okay. Okay, is Team Code Geeks here? Team Code Geeks.
Who's up to the date?
Oh yes, my apologies. Is the Guardians here? Team The Guardians, please shout or let us know in the chat if you're here. Okay, so we have a question from G. Dyer. So can Team Geospatial talk us through in the meantime? So Team Geospatial, what we'll do is in the meantime, can you just essentially pitch without your video? Are you okay with that?
Okay, that's fine. I can take you through. Is it necessary for me to? Okay. What we wanted to do is. Sorry.
Oh no, I couldn't hear your question properly, but it's fine.
Am I audible?
Yes, you are. There's a slight delay. Your 6 minutes begins now.
Oh, okay. The problem that we saw was that there's actually like a gap between like in our farmers, smallhold farmers in the rural areas that are disadvantaged because they experience more crime rate than other people, and then when they report the crime, you get that they are told that their livestock was actually not registered. So basically, they don't have a database where they can actually register their livestock, and there's a particular pattern in terms of livestock theft in different areas. You'll find that in this season, there'll be high crime rate in terms of like goat or sheep or cattle. But now, most of the time, our people, they don't take that into account and make mitigation methods to actually counteract that. So what we are trying to come up with is to resolve that issue by developing an app that will allow the farmers to feed in their information and be able to track their amount of livestock that they have within that app, and be able to when there's a particular, if let's say there's a particular cow that has been stolen, they can actually now be able to report that and be able to link that up with the Department of Agriculture, because now when we taking that, the Department of Agriculture also needs to have them in record as to how many cows a particular farmer has, and also in terms of like their grazing capacity, are they able to manage their farms in terms of like the hectares that they have? Because most of the farmers, they do not take into account that they need to make sure that they do grazing rotation in terms of like the amount of livestock they have, whether it is small stock or large stock. And the other add-ons, we will do them as we develop the app. And we also took into account that we know that the technological part of our people, like they are actually always challenged, but we know that for a fact that there's always a person who has a smartphone in a particular household.
So therefore, this one will actually work on smartphones. That is where they will be actually feeding in their information in that database so that it can be recorded in there, because recording your things manually, having a book can be lost or it can burn during like disaster management. So having your data stored somewhere in the cloud, it's actually safe there. And it's actually only the farmer can be able to retrieve that. That is it that we have. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, team. So we still have 3 minutes left. For now, we'll just jump straight to judges. We understand these things do happen. So judges, your 4 minutes begins now.
If I may ask, to track these animals, are you going to use animal tags with GPS location, or are you going to manually record them in the system?
No, like I said, when a farmer has an animal or there's a new animal that has been given birth to, they always have a tag. So they register the tag of that animal in the database. And when it's sold, they also update the system that, okay, this particular animal is also sold.
Sorry, you were not audible there. Please tell me your team again.
Sorry? It's Geospatial Solutions.
Okay, are there any further questions from our judges?
Just a comment. Sorry, Pia, go ahead.
Right.
Pia, yes, you're free to ask.
Delay, sorry.
Okay, let me just comment on under. This is terrible because my side is always echoing. I'm very disappointed.
Sorry, go ahead, Lynette.
Your presentation. Your sound is also very bad, but yesterday when you presented to us, it was a very interesting idea. Also, you had a nice blended approach of small to large users, from SMMEs to established corporations. And the factor of safety and security came through quite strongly yesterday, and also taking the entrepreneurs along. And then also making sure that the large stock of the owners are being registered with Dr. and they can get the usual dipping. And so what I liked about yesterday was all the mixes and the GIS, the remote sensing that you're using. Now, my only question is, with all of that, you saying you can only use a smartphone. Our farmers might not be able to use a smartphone, so how would you overcome that? Or they might not have the funds to use it.
When we coming to reality, honestly, ma'am, each and every household has someone who owns a smartphone. So in as much as we may try to incorporate like the small phones, like normally we call it ontilili, but integrating it with that kind of system, it won't work properly for them to actually have like proper access to like the database, so that they can record everything and also retrieve everything. So it won't support that kind of cell phones. But for smartphones, it will actually be easy for them. So basically, this is more like them integrating to.
Okay, sorry to interrupt you there. Unfortunately, the judges' time is up. Thank you so much. And that was Team Geospatial Solutions. Okay. Up next, we will have Team Software Engineers. Team Software Engineers, are you here? Is Team Software Engineers here yet? Okay. Cool. And then do we have Team The Guardians, Junior X, WeCode, or Virgo Tech? Please shout if you are here.
Hi, Virgo Tech is here. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Okay, so we'll jump straight to Virgo Tech. We'll just give the judges a minute while we set up. So please do share your screen, Team Virgo Tech. And then when you're ready, I will start your 6 minutes.
Okay, you can see my screen?
Yes, I can.
All right.
Okay.
Is it visible?
Yes, it is. And we'll zoom in a little bit. Yeah, that's perfect. Awesome. So your 6 minutes starts now.
All right, great. Thank you. Good afternoon, judges and all stakeholders and colleagues. I'm Bonke from Team Virgo Tech. And the solution that I'm going to be presenting today is called My ADM. And it is an e-participation platform, dedicated platform towards fostering participation amongst young people in their communities and holding ward councillors accountable. The issue that we saw was that a lot of service delivery protests develop as a result of actions of members of a particular community. Members of communities feel they are never consulted on issues and their concerns always fall on deaf ears. Ward councillors are at the grassroots level of communities, and usually they are the ones that bear the brunt of angry communities, having their property damaged, their houses burnt down, their cars damaged. Communication between councillors, municipal departments, and community members is usually very difficult. We want to make this process very easy and seamless. People feel like councillors ignore their pleas, and there's no transparency in their dealings. In most cases, when people go to municipal buildings to make inquiries, those issues that they are going there with regards to are something that somebody else has faced before. So instead of you having to drive all the way to town to go make an inquiry at a particular department, you could easily find all those answers from somebody who's had a similar experience, which is very likely because most of the issues that we face with our municipalities, you can trust that one person has gone through it before. So our solution is a dedicated e-participation platform where young people can raise their queries. They can lodge complaints that they have in their communities with regards to maybe water, water and sanitation. If there's issues of waste collection, potholes, all those kind of things, they can raise those complaints on the platform. They can also make suggestions and vote on issues relating to budgets, distribution in their wards. The aim of this platform is to increase participation of young people, as well as have ward councillors be more accountable to the people and more in touch with the people that you don't have to wait for the next IDP roadshow to be able to talk to your ward councillor while he lives in your community. You can just really get him and pass through your message on an e-participation platform, and you can get feedback, in real time. Hello?
Yes, we can still hear you. However, you're no longer presenting your presentation.
Okay, you can still see my presentation now?
Yes.
All right, great. Let me just turn it around quickly. And we envision our solution having a very positive impact in the communities. We believe that our solution will play a role in curbing service delivery protests, as well as solutions to their problems before they turn into full-blown protests. Young people will become more cohesive, and youth will work together to solve community problems. People will have a say in how monies are spent in the community through the participatory budget model, where young people from a particular community in ADM can propose what they think should be done in their community with the next budget allocation for that particular ward. So instead of the ward councillor being the only person that comes around and calls the shots, young people can be like, we think we need a park in the community, and a person will come up and they'll propose that we build a park, and people will be able to vote on whether they think that's not a good idea. The other person might think that maybe it'll be a great idea for us to start a sort of co-op in the community where we maybe build bricks or a farming initiative, and then all those young people that are registered on the platform will be able to vote. And the idea with the most number of votes will then receive the funding and the necessary help to see it through. I want to quickly, the tools used were HTML, PHP, and I just want to quickly jump to a little demo version that we have. Let me just load it quickly. Okay, so this is the platform. A person can come up onto the platform and a person can sign up, log on to the website. They can sign up, or if they've already created an account, they can log in. There's these tabs where people can upload videos, photos, and join particular groups. And the thinking behind this is that each ward will have its particular group. So, for example, I created this one, the official Ward 1 group, where people will be able to post comments, to submit complaints and things like that pertaining to Ward 1. A person can simply submit a complaint. They can list the department name, the title. They'll choose whatever. Maybe if it's for the Department of Engineering Services, they can select that. If it's for a particular councillor, they can select that. They'll also be able to choose what ward they come from. They'll be able to upload pictures, as well as provide a description of their complaint. For issues that have already been...
Sorry to interrupt you there. Apologies to interrupt you. Unfortunately, your time to pitch is up. Judges, should we continue with your 4 minutes?
Gabriel, I would think we can maybe give him another minute if the judges agree.
Awesome.
Sure.
Awesome. Your time starts now.
All right. So on the platform, people can join groups according to the wards. For issues that have already been resolved, people can just go to advice and solutions. And this is where they'll find possible advice and solutions to problems that they may face without them having to travel to that particular department. Perhaps somebody on the group has gone through the same thing and they can get all the answers there. If you have a question, you could raise your questions here. and people will comment, and there'll obviously be an administration portal for each particular department and for each ward councillor, a dashboard that will show all the complaints that have come in, all the suggestions and things like that, all the members that belong to that ward councillor's particular group, and things like that. So it's a very seamless platform that encourages e-participation and to basically give young people a voice. Once we get and start feeling involved as young people, then I believe that issues like service delivery could also subdue a bit. Service delivery protests would also go down, as now we have two-way communication between our local ward councillor, as well as we have easy communication with particular government departments like we've never had before. And the participatory budget model, I think, will see more young people start to gain confidence in the ADM municipality, because their ideas will be listened to. And if their ideas are solid, then they'll be assisted and pushed through to see through their ideas and develop their wards further. So going into the future, Vision 2058 for ADM, I think e-participation, getting young people involved in conversations with regards to service delivery, governance, and general issues that they face in their communities is definitely something that the municipality should jump on. It's a very simple platform. It'll be very easy for any user to use. You don't need to be like a tech genius to make use of it. And obviously we will get feedback from the people that make use of it, and we'll continue to change it and make it much better for people to make use of. That's it from my side. Thank you.
Judges, we have just over 1 minute left, so you feel free to ask him any questions.
How will you manage the 1 million targeted for 2058, 1 million residents by 2058? Will the app use bots? Is it an app to begin with, or is it a website? Will it be using bots? I see you've got reporting. Is there a bit of analytics in your reporting to say these are problems that are causing service delivery protests or not? But I see you've got a reporting dashboard. All I'm saying, do you have bots to aid the ward councillors to read all those messages?
Thank you for your question. At the moment, we really wanted it to be a very personal communication type platform. So whenever the ward councillor goes into their office, then opening up their laptop and opening up a dashboard, we would like for them to communicate personally with those members. But as their membership grows, not every ward has 1 million people, so smaller numbers. But going into the future, we definitely can look into things around chatbots to make the communication much easier for the ward councillor to be able to handle. But one thing that we're looking at is that we know that ADM takes on a number of interns every year, and every ward councillor could perhaps have a particular intern that will be assigned to them, and they'll be in charge of administrating this platform, assisting with queries, getting back to people. If they're unclear about something, then they discuss with the ward councillor. That was our thinking for the time being. But going into the future, I think looking at chatbots is definitely something we'll look into.
Bonki, hi, this is Aldred. Chair, I hope I get to answer this question, or hope you get to answer this question. How how different is your website to existing platforms like GovChat, that is official government platforms, allowing citizens to report municipal issues directly with municipalities and ward councillors already using platforms like WhatsApp, where we're already seeing, like 20 million people really having access to those platforms in South Africa? Thank you.
Thank you very much for your question. We want to build this platform based around the people of that particular ward. So we think that for that particular community to be able to benefit fully from our platform, it needs to be dedicated strictly for them. So, I think GovChat, WhatsApp, and all of them, they busy platforms. So if people knew that a platform such as My ADM exists and is solely meant for members of the Amathole District Municipality, I feel people will have a lot more confidence in it, as opposed to going on WhatsApp and maybe feeling like the chances of their queries being answered are very slim and things like that. So this platform, I feel, is much more dedicated to the ADM municipality, and it is built specifically for the people of ADM.
Awesome. Sorry to jump in there. I hope that answers your question. Unfortunately, judging time is over, and we do have one last team, which is Team Junior X. They will be up next. And thereafter, the judges will be jumping into break rooms. So do stay tuned for that. Thank you so much to the team that presented last, and to Team Junior X. Can we have you guys share your screen so long? So Luto, can you please unmute yourself? I'm not sure if you'll be presenting, but
yeah.
Okay.
Just a presentation now. Can you see my screen?
Awesome stuff. Not yet.
Okay. Yeah, can you see now?
Yes, it's loading. Awesome, yes, we can see your screen.
Okay.
So when you're ready, just start presenting, and I'll begin your 6 minutes thereafter.
Okay.
Cool, your time starts now.
Greetings to everyone, and sorry to the team for not pitching up yesterday for an update. My name is Luto Kuba, from this, and I'm the only team member in this team. My solution is an indigent support tracking system. So this is how my outline goes: the introduction, problem, solution, application, and the team. So to those who are not familiar with the indigent name itself, so there is indigent households. So those households are category of households including a child, child-related earnings, or combined gross income. So those people who just receive subsidy. Yeah. So from the resources we were given, my focus is on the households, as you can see from here. It's on the households, and this is the data from this page, but not including my presentation, since my presentation is long. So the problem with the indigent applications so far, and with the insight I have, the registration and the renewal process of onboarding the applicants, it's slow because it's done on paper now, and then you submit and stuff, you wait. So there is no transparency in the application process. And then now the applicants, they tend to lie about their status of living just to get the subsidy. So now, although the council is trying to ensure that everyone receives the subsidy, but now the government is cut short because now the budget will be a lot, because people now, they have applications that are not meant to be there. So now the proposed solution will be the user-friendly web app, which can also be found via an normal app through a web view. So the application will take off the following: indigent household registration, easy renewal of indigent status when the cycle ends, seamless integration with SARS and Home Affairs system. And then now the system will provide the reporting dashboards to assist with indigent audit reviews, 8 analysis report that is needed by Treasury, and the renewal period for the indigent application. So now the solution is available in these forms at kiosk for those who don't have smartphones or those who have data issues. So they will just go to the kiosk as a walk-in, and those who have their smartphones will just use their phones to access the app. So I've took some time to read about the indigent and stuff, and also spoke to some people who work in the indigent stuff. So now there are 4 roles: the applicant, the counselor, the investigator, and the supervisor. So the applicant is the one that initiates the application by applying, and then now the application will go to the counselor. From the counselor will go to the investigator, the one that goes to the house to check if those things that are meant in the application actually exist. Like if you said you have no DSTV, you have no car, that stuff. And then lastly, the application will go to a supervisor, the one that has the final approval or disapproval. And all these roles are available in this one application with different views. This is the main page for the application. I'll just take you through the screenshots. So you have a login here. So I've just created a dummy user already just to accommodate time. So this is the registration. And then now once you register as a user, you get this application. This application is broken into these forms because now that application is very long. So some might fill the personal details and then not be able to complete. Then you can only save the portion you are at, then come back later and then finish. So you can see if you expand the personal details, that's what you do there, and you fill, expand the cross, the estimated stuff, and then select. So now this view is, let's say now you've done your submitting application as an applicant. So now with the same application, the counselor will be given usernames and stuff to access the application. So now instead of taking application like the way it's done now, the forms are, you take the form after you fill with the ID and some verifying documents to the counselor for him to verify. Now the counselor just log into the application and then now access the application right from the application. So there will be a number of applications a day. So we're dealing with application number 25 now as a demo. So if you open what counselor opens application number 25, and then all the information that was filled there, it comes here in a form of one form. As you can see, everything. So now you see that he recommend or de-recommend and then process the application. So the application goes to the investigator. The investigator also is assigned the user logins and stuff. So we are also dealing with application number 25. Fills all the stuff from the above and then now focus on the application. Then final application is assessed by the supervisor, and you see there are 3 applications. So application number 25, that's our focus. Then they say the supervisor approves the application, then process the application. So now the applicant itself logs into the application and then can see that my application is approved. So now going to the actual demo, using the demo applicant, choose Junior X. Okay, I already created this link. So you can see, get right here, as I've showed you and stuff. So now I'm going to use the applicant.
Awesome.
Can I continue?
Sorry, your time is up. Judges, can you continue?
Yes, please do.
Okay.
Awesome.
So now I'm taking an existing applicant. So now existing applicant, so that Junior. an existing applicant which already applied, just to show you how the views are different. You can see now with an application that they applied, you can see now there's an application status for that application I was talking about. So now logging out. Now, so logging into the same application, let's log in as a supervisor, for example. You can see that the application number 25 is no longer there since it was processed, the one that we're using for demo. Then now logging in as a ward councillor, you can see, you're gonna see the difference. Councillor. You see that there's no longer application number 25 because that application is being processed. Yet if that application was not being processed or was disapproved, then you're gonna see it here. Okay, yeah. So going back to my presentation. So with this kind of application now, and this kind of solution, it's not only ADM that can use this solution. This solution can be used by many municipalities by means of relicensing. And the tools I've used is PHP, MySQL database, SQL Server database, and some other frameworks like Ajax. So now with the PHP, I've used the latest framework, which is the PDO objects, which allows you to switch between different databases. Should I set the application maybe to ADM, and then ADM is not happy with the type of database that I've used, then they can simply switch to the database they want without me having to go to the code and changing the SQL queries I've written for the application. So as I've said, it's meant for seamless integration with other applications. So most of our applications, they're using the SQL Server database, like the Home Affairs and SARS. So it's going to be easy to integrate. You just need an adapter. Thank you. Thank you. Any questions?
So there's just over 1 minute left of the judging time. Any final questions, judges?
Chair, no question from me. Just a comment to say that this is such a well articulated and presented pitch. Keep up the amazing work. I am really excited by the work that you are doing. Well done. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
And I just
thank you so much.
I want to ask, are you the one who developed it by yourself?
Come again, sir?
Your coding skills, are you the one who developed this by yourself?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Awesome stuff. Thank you so much. That was just to confirm, that was Team Junior X. So up next, we have a video that has been prepared by Team Software Engineers. So I'll be sharing that video on my side, judges. Just give me 1 second. Select my screen. Okay. Cool. Team Software Engineers.
Good day to everyone. This is Team Software Engineers. Here we have our web application titled the MUMA Local Municipality Web App. So here we have a website that allows the public of the MUMA local municipality to alert the local municipality about the water leakages, power and water shortages, and damaged power lines and illegal electricity connections. So the user will be able to log in if they have an account, they've created an account. So as you can see here, I've already logged in. When they lodge their complaints, they'll click here in this button and type out their message, and indicate here where the problem is and where they basically live. Yes. So click on create and the message will be sent. They can look at their complaints here in this complaints list. So they have to click here. Yes. So this is the list of all the complaints, of the users' complaints, and then yes. From here, the section, the web app is divided into two sections. This is the section of the user, and the other section of Ngoma local municipality will be the admin section. So I have to click here on this new tab. So the admin for the Ngoma local municipality will have to type in the username and the password. So when the admin has logged in here, they will be able to see the list of the complaints that have been lodged by the public. From here, they'll be able to track the complaints, whether they have received them or not. So this is everything that has to do with water alerts, and everything that has to do with electricity. Yes, here will be the list of all the complaints. And here is the list of all the alerters, the public, people who have alerted the local municipality. So, and here we'll have the list of teams that would be assigned to help the public with their problems, either be water or something that has to do with electricity. So knowing that Ngoma is divided into as many places, so there will be stations assigned here, different types of stations and addresses. Yes, and for the local municipality to be able to track the progress of the assigned teams, they will be able to check out here on this table. Yes, as you can see, the red indicator indicates that the progress of the team is still pending and they have not finished yet their work yet. As you can see also for the water alerts here, this red indicator, flashing light, indicates that the complaint or report or alert has not been viewed yet. So when it has been viewed, the admin can click here and click on received and select the section. So yes, data successfully. Yes, so the red indicator will disappear when the complaint has been received and action has been taken. So here we have the alerts report. This will be basically a summary of all the alerts, maybe for data purposes to collect, like check on the progress of this web app, and how quick the local municipality can respond to the needs of the people. So here, to conclude, this web app, it is easy to use and people can use cell phones or laptops to use search engines like Chrome and Firefox and things like that. And it will have more And people used to store electricity, and municipal had the electricity, and yeah, thank God.
Awesome stuff. So there you have it, guys. Unfortunately, we won't be able to ask team software engineers any questions, but they were able to prepare that video at least. So judges, team software engineers is the last team to be judged. Yes, so without further ado, we will now break away into our judging sessions. So for our participants, do stay on this call, do stay tuned, and judges, please take note of the breakaway rooms that are now in session. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. Hope you guys are good and have been enjoying the presentations. Once again, all the best to everyone that will be presenting. The judges will be back with us in a bit. They're just going through all the presentations and the scoring to announce the winner. So while we're here, it'll be great to hear some feedback from you guys. I know some of you guys filled in the form. Oh yeah, just a reminder, it is still very important for you guys to fill in the form for us, that feedback form. I would really want to hear from you guys in terms of what did you like, what didn't you like, throughout the hackathon, what can improve, what stood out for you guys as well. The whole aim is for us to improve this particular hackathon, but also to improve when we do other hackathons. You never know, there might be another hackathon in Eastern Cape, and we just want to make sure that it is of great standard for you guys as well. So please fill in the feedback form, but also this is a great opportunity for you guys to tell us what you guys think. So if anyone wants to give us some feedback in terms of how the past 2 days were, the mentoring session, Gabriel's presentation, please do let us know, and also just continue posting on Twitter as well. So yeah, I'll open the session. Anyone want to give us some feedback? Hello? Hi, Luto.
Oh, sorry, I didn't know that I did not mute my mic.
It's fine. Stay unmuted, Baba. How was the hackathon for you?
Not that challenging since I'm used to hackathons. I was once on Standard Bank hackathon, and then we went to Joburg. So it's quite nice.
It was quite nice.
Yeah.
All right. And then is it something that you picked up, something that you learned during the past 2 days? Or is it something that you'd want to share as well to those who are probably taking part in the first hackathon?
Okay. Getting to know other people's ideas and some solutions. I think maybe we might network better now that we have presented. So maybe if you see that I have a similar solution that you've been thinking about, or you might want to start, or I don't know. So I think it's the time now to actually network, since that everyone has presented.
All right, that's good. So that's another big thing about hackathons. They're all about networking, and they're all about also sharing ideas. And as Luto said, I hope you guys did that. If not, please connect with each other on Slack. There is that networking channel there. Please continue to connect with each other. And as you mentioned, there is a possibility of some of you guys seeing the ideas that are similar that you could potentially collaborate on. Do not be afraid to share and connect. Anda, how was the hackathon for you?
Sorry.
How was the hackathon for you, Baba? How was the past 2 days for you?
It was hectic. It was hectic because I struggled at first with the network, and because I wanted to experience the full thing, and now like the crashing of the laptop and stuff. So, but I must say it was good exposure for me.
It was good exposure. Any key takeaways for you?
Takeaways would be the thing is, okay, let me be honest.
Yeah.
I've never been in this platform, so I think me coming in, because a lot of people for that, like I said, like they are coming from like the computer or the programming side. So I didn't see like more people coming from like my field, which is actually GIS and remote sensing, and so it was a bit of like I felt intimidated, I must say, because I felt like, okay, I'll be introducing something which is totally different or out of the context in which like you guys are presenting. So, but I must say you actually managed to accommodate me. And one other thing is that, okay, I would like to voice out is that the issue of like the mentors, because I was expecting like the mentors to be more interactive with us doing our project, but it wasn't the case.
So you felt that there was not good interaction with the different mentors?
With us, I don't know about other teams, but I'm speaking for
your team in particular.
Yeah, my team. I don't know how other guys like their experience. Like I'm just talking about like the Chief Spatial Solutions team.
All right. Did you reach out to the different mentors?
Yeah, this morning. Here's how I actually perceive the thing. Was that because now that we were actually each team will be assigned to a certain mentor, and the mentor knowing that okay, they have this particular team, the mentor.
I see.
Yeah, who will introduce themselves to us, not us reaching out to
I see. Well, thanks for yeah. Thanks.
I mean, like there tends to be a confusion. Sorry.
No, please go ahead.
Oh no, I was done.
All right, I was saying thank you for that feedback, because it is quite good for us to know in terms of the communication, in terms of how the communication went. So I hope you did mention some of that feedback on the feedback form. If not, can you please just also include it in there, because we make sure that mentors are there, but in most cases it's a matter of mentors are there to assist the different teams as per need. Not necessarily mentors are assigned to a particular team, but that is something that will definitely communicate much better going forward. But I think you also did well. Actually, that's the other thing about hackathons is we want different skill sets as well. So it's not necessarily the tech background. Most hackathons are actually the best hackathons are with skill sets. So do not feel intimidated going forward, and share your knowledge, connect with the others, learn from them, but also just teach them something as well.
Okay, can I ask something? Like,
yes,
moving forward, since like this is the final day of the presentation, like, are we going to be able to interact with like the likes of you for the near future? Let's say like someone wants to develop further their idea than what it already is now, because some of the ideas like they grow as you are basically implementing and working on them.
Yes, so this is a great opportunity to continue networking, exchanging details with the rest of the participants, but also the mentors, and also the different stakeholders from a GIZ, Amathole, Cortex Hub, and SALGA and culture team. So yes, that opportunity is there to still connect. We try to not make this a 1-2 days ends there, goodbye. It's part of building a relationship. So there is a particular gentleman on our team called Skinny. I'll just introduce them quickly, especially for those that are students, right? If you still want to continue with something like this, we have something called Gculture student chapters spread across the different parts of the country, and you can be part of it for that extended continuity. But yes, to answer your question, you can still connect with us, and we can advise, help, ideally assist where we can, when we can.
Okay, thank you very much.
All right, any other question? Norman, Karabo, Bonke, question, feedback, ideally feedback, because it'll be great to just hear your guys' thoughts, hear what you guys thought about the whole hackathon, the whole past 2 days, the build-up, presentation. I see a hand up. Is there someone with a hand up?
Yes. From my side, Sandra from GIZ. Just to respond to Anda, it was the Cortex Hub who informed us that participants who have already some kind of more substantial idea could also use their facilities and get in touch with the team. So I would advise you to link up to the Cortex Hub and ask them what kind of support they could offer. Thank you.
Thank you, Sandra. So, Anda, I hope that assists in terms of adding to your question. I think Tulani is also here in case the Cortex Hub team is not here. He can also help guide in terms of how to go about that process. Is it Bonke? I think you wanted to say something.
Yeah, thanks, Mixo. Now go ahead.
No, go ahead, sir. Yeah.
All right. Just wanted to say thank you to you guys and all the stakeholders. It's very rare that we have such opportunities here in the Eastern Cape. We're the forgotten province. Yeah, the experience was great. It was a great learning experience. It was great to see so many young people with such big and bold ideas. And I would like to see us going forward, maybe forming some sort of forum that would stand for us young entrepreneurs in the ICT space in the Eastern Cape, a forum that will give us a platform to be able to communicate further with these stakeholders that were part of this, like the ADM and other stakeholders. So we would like to, going forward, maybe form some sort of forum, a group going forward that will push for ICT entrepreneurship in the Eastern Cape, as well as provide like a backing for us to be able to approach ADM and all these other stakeholders with our ideas going forward, and other ideas that we might think of in the future. Thanks.
All right, thanks for that feedback. Highly appreciated. I see you coming up with another hackathon idea. But yeah, it will be great for you guys to connect in terms of continuity as well, sharing of ideas. There are great minds in this particular conversation chat right now. So once again, I urge you guys to please connect on the networking session, on the networking channel. Share contact details if you need to collaborate going forward. And yeah, if there's any need to access more the AMD and the different other stakeholders that are here, please shout out and we'll be able to just facilitate some of that. I see Kaya. Do you have, I see your hand was up.
Yes,
sorry, Kaya, before I jump to your side, Anda, your hand is still up. I don't know if you want to say something.
Yes, I want to say something. Can you hear me?
Yes. Is this Anda or Kaya? It's Kaya, right?
It's Kaya.
All right, please go ahead, Kaya.
Okay, thanks for the opportunity, man. I really appreciated how you guys handled the project. I'm really happy and I like what I've seen through these presentations, and I feel like this should be continued going forward because especially in Black communities, we lack organized unity, and as much as we have all these skills, we're not organized in how we approach or solve problems. So I think going forward, we can have another hackathon, but I feel like government should start creating organized youth programs where as youth we combine our skill sets. For instance, I'm glad to see developers, designers, as well as other guys who came in. So these are some of the tools that we can use to solve socio-economic issues here in SA. Because if we're going to do these hackathons and maybe not proceed or continue with these types of structures, then we're going to lose a lot and we're not going to develop as a country. We just need organized, structured programs like this, whereby government keep on supporting. It doesn't really need too much funding. We just need facilities and resources. And the minds of the youth can come in and start innovating, creating, and solving all these socio-economic issues. And yeah, on the negative side, one or two things that I didn't really appreciate, especially amongst us participants, we're not structured in how we approach maybe the project. Yeah. And some members were coming in and out, and it just destabilized the whole process. And I'm sure if like we're more organized prior to the first day and the second day, we could have achieved more. Communication-wise, I know there are some issues of internet and other places, but if we plan prior, maybe next year or next time we create this, all the groups that participants need to solve all their technical issues prior to the event, so that when we come in, we don't have to be making excuses. We just implement and develop things. Yeah, thanks, man.
All right, thank you for that feedback, Kaya. I think the one thing that definitely stands out from the different feedbacks that you're getting is continuity, but also to potentially network, come together as young people, not necessarily from the tech space only, but from different sectors, and to really address the different problems in our communities. So I really hope that is something that happens. I will keep on emphasizing that please do connect, do share ideas, DM each other, and collaborate. And they will, just to make sure that things are continuing from your side. And so sorry, Kaya.
No, that was saying thanks, man.
All righty. And also, do you appreciate the feedback in terms of it's very rare to hear participants sort of like comment in that manner, but we do appreciate that feedback, that honest feedback in terms of what you felt are some of the things that are lacking from participants, but it's also a learning curve. I mean, some people here are attending for the first time. It's an unfamiliar environment. There are challenges, but it is worth acknowledging all of you guys for carrying on and reaching this far. So on a normal occasion, we'll just say clap your hands for yourselves. But I guess this time we can't really do that. But props to everyone.
Just one more point, sorry. I think maybe next time we can do this maybe Friday, Saturday and Sunday to avoid, because some people were saying they were working, so it was just conflicting and we just couldn't work out things as efficient as we could. So maybe the next time doing the hackathon on Saturday or Sunday can be maybe the best possible days because I'm sure everyone is free on those days.
Thank you for that. Noted on that. I hope you added that feedback into the feedback form. If not, please add it into the feedback form. And I also urge everyone in this in this session to please remember to fill in the feedback form. That is very, very important for us. It's not just to waste your time, but it's to make things better going forward. So please do fill in the feedback form. Yes. Anyone else? Anda, I see your hand is still up. So I don't know if you want to say something.
No, sorry, that's an old hand. Sorry.
No worries. I'm going to randomly pick on someone. I'm going to pick on
Pick me.
Gabriel. How are you, Mr.
Yeah, I'm good, sir.
Yes.
I actually just had one question.
Go ahead, sir.
Awesome. So in terms of the platforms we used for the weekend, the like of Slack, if you guys use Google Slides and Google Meet, what are your thoughts in terms of using Slack in particular? Did you guys enjoy it? Please let us know if it was your first time. But yeah, what are your thoughts on Slack?
Thank you, Gabriel. Very good question. This was a virtual hackathon, and there were different platforms that we used. What are you guys' thoughts on different platforms, especially Slack? Karawa Raymond, your thoughts on the platforms? Emmanuel, the form is on the Slack channel, but we'll drop it here as well. I'll DM you the link, so you can just fill in the link.
About the Slack application, it was kind of easy to use. Everything that you need, like there's no need for some instructions to like for instance, let me just check something. Okay. There was no need for some instructions like go into like getting some people saying I'm lost or something, or you get everything displayed there. Like there's announcement, networking, list of teams,
Sure.
Yeah, from my side, Slack is a nice app. Like it's one of the best.
It's one of the best.
Thank you. Yeah.
You're welcome, sir. Anyone else? Your thoughts on Slack? Or any of the different platforms that we use? Your thoughts?
May I go ahead?
Yes, please.
Yeah, so I think Slack is an awesome app. It's just with the channels, we weren't like always like following what the channels actually meant for. Like we had a whole lot of links and sometimes PDFs in channels that were like for networking, for instance. So I think just here and there it could be improved. But overall, it's a dope app. It's a really nice one.
Sorry, I missed that a bit. You said that there were challenges in sharing things like PDFs.
No, I'm saying sometimes things like PDFs were being shared, like PDFs with data were being shared sometimes, let's say in the networking channel, for instance.
I see.
Yeah, so just here and there was just small things, but overall it was a nice experience. It's pretty dope.
All right, so essentially certain content needs to be shared in a particular place where it can be accessible.
Exactly, yes.
All right, noted on that. So I've posted a link on the feedback form. For those who have not filled in the feedback form, please fill in the feedback form. All this feedback that you guys are sharing with us is quite important. I'll just keep on emphasizing that it's quite important so that we are able to improve and make things better, right? And working virtually, how was it? I mean, how was the experience in terms of working virtually? I will pick on the other Karabo. Karabo, how was the experience for you working virtually?
Hi. Working virtually, I guess, comes with 2020. It gets easier daily. I mean, it's the norm, so we can't really run away from it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not pop and place, hey, but it gets easier with the days.
We make it happen.
Yeah, we do what we have to do.
And then Daniel, as a teammate, how was experience for you in terms of working virtually?
I think Daniel asked to step out just a few minutes ago. He's in another meeting.
All right, no worries. Who else wants to just Nkululeko, please go ahead.
I think working virtual is very good, but there are some challenges because as a teams, so when you are with someone who is away, when you want to do something and is nowhere to be found, you don't know what to do. So that's a very good thing.
Yeah, so that's one of the challenges that you guys experience.
I was working on this project. Then other teammates ran offline, so I yes.
They run offline and then they leave you alone and you struggle. Okay,
Yes. I've struggled.
All right, thank you, Nkululeko. Mr. Diko, your feedback, sir, on anything regarding the hackathon, working virtually, the challenges, any feedback you have for us?
With the hackathon, firstly, everything was actually great for me because I actually had a wonderful experience with my team when I was networking with them and knowing and finding out in different fields that they are in, and also knowing that they are actually have some similarities to what I actually do as well, because it was kind of a deadlock in a sense, because I'm a Microsoft Learn Student Ambassador and one of my teammates is a Microsoft partner, as well as she works with helping out the community to get into the tech space with technology and stuff. And as well as the third teammate is also involved in communications and helping out community. And I also do the exact same thing. It's just that I help out the tech community involving everyone else. So that was actually nice for me regarding the hackathon and actually getting to meet different people and knowing that Eastern Cape actually has great people who actually are motivated into solving problems that we actually face, because as someone said in the call, Eastern Cape is a forgotten province. So people don't really think Eastern Cape has that much of talent in regards to such things. With the platform Slack and Google Sheets, I can say Slack is a very easy to use platform because I've used it before for something else. And Google Sheets, on the other hand, in regards to the experience I had with my group and my team, is that we kind of shied away from using Google Forms. We kind of used Microsoft Tech because everything was just right in front of us. When we had meetings, we went on Teams and everything was just right in front of us. We could just add documents within Teams, communicate better, host a meeting quickly if we need to speak. With the virtual hackathon itself and working virtually, it was a nice experience. I'm used to it, but it was still a nice experience because I could see that there are other people out there who are actually learning and they're eager to learn how to work virtually. And it wasn't much of a challenge for me to work virtually because whenever someone needed something in our group and we needed to meet, we would communicate with each other better. Like we give each an hour before the actual meeting and say, okay, at this time we're going to meet within an hour, so you guys should prepare. And everyone was on time, so everything was great for the hackathon.
All right, awesome thing. So hopefully it's things that others will also pick up from a communications point of view. And I guess, you chose a different platform that worked for your team, but it's good that your team also use Slack as our main platform. And thanks for that feedback. My last question, as we build up to announcing the winners and the judges coming back, is to know, based on the different projects that you guys heard, right? Let's not talk about your own personal project. Which project stood out for you? What did you learn from the different teams, from a presentation side, technical side? What are some of the things that you picked up from the other teams that you're like, that is actually quite good and something that I want to take forward? The floor is open to anyone.
Yeah, Yeah, sweet. Sorry, I was struggling here with this mic. I just want to say, with the ideas were great, by the way, from what I saw. They were all mostly very different and very unique. So I just want to say for Junior X, that was dope. What was mostly dope was the amount you were able to do in such a limited time. That's just great. That's like skill right there. Yeah, we should definitely think about that community and collaborating more, guys, because people are skilled out here. But yeah, it was all the things were dope. I enjoyed listening.
Awesome stuff. Anyone else who wants to share which idea or which team, which presentation? It could be the way the person presented. It could be the presentation slides, the technical parts of things. What stood out for you guys? Brenda?
I think sorry, I don't know where the sound's coming from. Is the sound coming from my computer?
It almost sounds like it is. Thanks
Okay.
for the background.
I thought the gremlins were creeping up onto my machine. But anyway, so I kind of I enjoyed and I thought the concept by this geospatial projects. Well, I can't remember. Geospatial something. I think Kaya was the part of that team. I thought they had a really good concept, and there's definitely a need for a concept like that, because most of the issues always stem from poor spatial planning. So I quite liked his concept, and I think is someone to look out for.
All right. All right, thanks for the feedback. Anyone else? Anda, I see your hand is up. Okay, I'll take Anda. I saw Kaya. Anda, is your hand up?
Yes.
Please go ahead.
Okay. Firstly, I would like to actually applaud and commend everyone who stood up and actually made an effort to be in this platform and present their solutions to every environmental problem that they spotted. Because like the president said, we are the future of this country, and for it to be better, we actually need to make it better. Big ups, guys. For me, the project that actually, I would say it was doing something, it was something about the water rates, making sure that the municipality charges people correctly, because I once had a similar concept like that, and there was a student who did a project that was actually solving that environmental problem, but they could not actually conceptualize it or develop the idea into what she was doing. So now that I see there's actually someone who's taking it further, for me, it gives me that idea that you might not think that you're the only one who has this particular idea. So if you have an idea, it's best that you act on it before someone else actually implements it. So that one actually, it was a good thing, because the lady who had the idea and who actually worked on the project, when it came for her to actually implement it and do everything and approach the municipality, she became afraid and lost confidence in her project.
I see. All right. Thanks for that feedback. It's also great to hear that people are also listening to projects from other teams. I saw Karabo's hand up, and I saw Gabriel's hand up, and I don't know if Kaya, you still had your hand up. Does anyone else want to share any feedback in terms of what they picked up from other teams which stood out for them?
So first of all, a round of applause to everyone who participated. The youth really has some bright ideas. I think the team that stood out for me was SLE And it's in the amount of research that they did. They showed that this project was really close to their heart. They showed that unemployability is a thing in South Africa that they would like to change in some way. Like, they really had a great presentation, in my opinion.
All right, so that's Team SLE. Thanks for that feedback. Kaya, before you jumped out, you had your hand up. I don't know if you still want to say something. Gabriel, I saw you also had your hand up. If not, we'll just, it'll be great to hear. Emmanuel, your thoughts on the hackathon, the presentations, the teams.
Hi guys, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, sir.
No, the hackathon was great. It was a great experience for me. It was like my second hackathon. The virtual meeting was kind of a challenge for me. Personally, I prefer the non-virtual one. I don't know. Yeah, because some other team members.
COVID has other plans.
Yes, because at least that way we get to interact more with other participants.
Yeah.
Than here. But it was a great experience. I enjoyed it. Thank you guys for the opportunity.
All right. No, thanks for that feedback. I think the other question I do have for you guys is, what would you like to see more? What would you like to see different if this was to be done again? What are some of the things you'd like to see more of? Emmanuel just mentioned for him, ideally physical. We'll see how things turn out. But just what else would you guys want to see more? There was also mention of introductions to the mentors. Is there anything else in particular that you guys would like to see more of? Or less of?
Can I say something?
Yeah.
Yes, I think on my side, I felt like not everyone was involved, and I think that could have been due to not receiving the information. Because, for example, I only knew about this hackathon, I think, a day before. Not a day before, I think a few days before. So all along, I wasn't aware of what was going on. So a friend just sent me a link, then I participated. But I feel like there are more kids or youth in SA who I feel like they can also contribute in such spaces. And maybe next time having more participants and also organizing those participants into groups. For instance, we can say maybe a group have just 5 limit, have certain maybe 2 developers, 1 designer, maybe 1 engineer. So it doesn't matter how that is organized, but maybe have like a structured teams whereby by the time we dive into the competition time, we're already organized. The other thing, communication. I think maybe communication-wise, whether it's Twitter or maybe even news, if you guys can, like, or radio, just try and spread the information as much as you can. I know there are some who didn't get this knowledge, the information, who can partake in such events. And we have missed out on different ideas as well.
All right. No, thanks for that feedback. This is definitely a great start. Learning curve.
It was. So this was the first time.
This particular hackathon, yes, it was the first time.
Oh, great! No, it was great. I'm really proud of what you guys have done, and I know the next time we're gonna improve a lot. And I'm also willing to partake. And I also like the fact that we should proceed or communicate afterwards, try and network as much as we can, so that by the time we come compete, we're more focused or more organized, so that we just kill this hackathon, increase the level of competition as well.
No, thanks for that, Kaya. We highly appreciate the feedback. Once again, collaboration and coming together stands out quite a lot. Dumisani, I see you have your hands raised up. Do you want to say something? or add?
Hi, and apologies that I was not available. I quickly had something to sort out.
No worries.
But just to give feedback, I actually enjoyed the hackathon. And yes, I do agree with some of the suggestions and comments. And I feel like if I also knew like 2 days before and actually registered as soon as I could. So if you could definitely look into your marketing, advertising and getting word out and getting people to know maybe a week before, a week later, just to make sure that you've actually done your part on the marketing side and actually getting the event out there. And also, I also appreciate the opportunity to be part of the hackathon. I commend all the coordinators and the organizers and the judges as well. And I also like the support that is in the hackathon, from the engagement on Slack down to the back-to-back sessions with the mentors. And I think this is one of the few hackathons which I've attended whereby you actually go to a pre-judging session even before you actually present. You finalize your idea, you actually refine your idea even before presentations, and to make sure that you're on the right track, to make sure that you focus on the relevant things, to make sure that you focus on the problem and not the solution. And I actually had fun as well in the hackathon as well, from the fun little things that you added on Slack, whereby you can actually maybe post a song that you're listening to, or what your desktop looks like, or what your workstation looks like. Thank you.
Awesome stuff. Thank you guys for all the feedback. Highly appreciated. I see Gabriel is here. I'll just hand over to him for him to take us through the next part.
Awesome stuff. Thank you so much for that, Misho. And without further ado, we'll get into what you guys are waiting for, which is the news. But before we do, let's get some feedback from our judges. And the first judge I would like to call up to give some feedback is Lynette.
Thank you very much, Gabriel. And I had fun judging this and feel that we had some interesting groups, very dynamic teams, some lone rangers, but then we also had more participants in some of the other teams. And I think that some of them conducted lots of research, and they also were very well-rounded and well-balanced. But overall, that came out from the judges was that we need to conduct more research, the teams, and looking at, especially if you look at the back offices, what is also going on there. And then don't get stuck only in the area of USSD, but also project in the future. Look what's out there in the future for the next time. And remember that in order to be balanced, you also need to present your business plan. Technical is very fine, but we need to put some money to that as well. See if this is actually viable. So the business element is very important, but we all felt and we all came up with the same results essentially. And the teams worked very hard. And sorry for the internet connection, some of the teams that we could not hear you very well, but we do respect your time. And thank you very much from my co-judges. And I think one of the reasons why I'm presenting now the overall view from the judges, and anybody can come in from the judges if they wish, but they've asked. And I think it's not because only that I'm from GIZ, but I think I was the only lady in the judges team. So it's a gender balance. Thank you very much, Gabriel.
Awesome stuff. Thank you so much for that feedback. And yeah, I would just like to reflect over this journey, and not just the hackathon itself, but the events leading up to the hackathon. I just want to say thank you to the team and everyone who made it possible. It's not just myself or the guys you see on the call right now. It's a lot of people whose names I won't mention, but there's a lot of people involved in allowing this hackathon to turn out as it has. So without further ado, I would like to prepare for the winner announcement. And before I do, I would just like to call on Professor Chris Adendorf, who is the chairperson of the Amathole District Municipality. So Professor Chris Adendorf is a senior futurist, turnaround strategist, and commercial analyst specializing in private and public sector market intelligence across continents. So Professor, off to you.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you very much, Gabriel. Just one little correction. I'm the chairperson of Aspire Development Agency, which is the development agency for Amathole District Municipality. So first and foremost, I just want to say a big thank you to GIZ, to Kia and the stakeholders, namely GIZ. Thank you very much, Lynette, for your ever-increasing participation, assisting everyone. We'd like to thanks to Aspire, obviously to Amathole District Municipality, and the Cortex Hub for successful execution of the Eastern Cape Local Hackathon. These are global trends, global hackathons. So we are truly inspired and truly thankful for what has actually been brought to us over these particular couple of days. I just want to congratulate every single team on their solutions delivery. We also need to highlight the fact, guys, that the importance of youth and government collaboration in a truly inclusive development. As we know, active and engaged young people, the young guns as I call it, can and truly is a big source for local government to ensure innovation and improves service delivery, as we've experienced over the couple of days. By encouraging youth to participate in open local government initiatives, local governments can create positive impact on a personal level and with regard to the overall development of our society and truly our economy as we know it. For instance, local governments can encourage the development of new, innovative industries as presented and wonderful initiatives as we've actually seen this afternoon, while young people can provide local government with fresh ideas and approaches to ensure that policy outcomes are truly responsive to the concerns of our young people. And by engaging our young people in local government initiatives also result in increasing understanding and interest amongst the young people in civic, political, economic, and foster active citizenship. So we thank you very much for your participation in that. And just on the last note, I just really would like to thank our judges for your time, for your efforts. I've been privileged to sit and listen to you guys, how you argue. Lynette, I heard what you said, but I thought you guys that was quite tough. So without further delay, Gabriel, are you announcing the 4 teams first? And then I'll announce from newcomer to came first. Or do you want me just to go ahead?
Prof, you're welcome to just go ahead.
All right. Okay, guys, after some big deliberation by our judges, the best newcomer group, where there's a special prize for a 4G smartphone, goes to Team Virgo Tech. So congratulations to you guys. Well done, guys. All right, in third place, and the prize for that is 2,500 Rand valued airtime divided amongst the team members. And that, guys, goes to Team Geospatial Solutions. So well done, Team Geospatial Solutions. In second place, and the prize for that is, ladies and gentlemen, 2,500 Rand airtime divided amongst team members. And that goes to second place, goes to Team ODEVs. Well done. Fantastic efforts coming through there. All right, so guys, do you want Gabriel, do you want me to announce the winner?
Yes, and if you would like, feel free to unmute your mic to celebrate if you're a winner. And yeah.
Okay, thanks very much, Gabriel. So, right, in first place, and the prize is, ladies and gentlemen, brand new 4G enabled tablet for each team member, and a 5,000 Rand airtime divided amongst these team members. So quite a good prize, and that goes to a well-deserved Team Junior X. Well done, guys.
Yay!
Oh!
Awesome stuff. Thank you so much, Prof. And there you go. Congratulations to all the winners. We hope you enjoyed the hackathon. Thank you for participating. So Kia from Geek Culture will be getting in touch with you guys shortly regarding your prizes. So do keep an eye out for that via email. Without further ado, once again, I'd just like to say thanks to all of our stakeholders. And I would just like to call on Jonathan from GIZ to do some closing remarks. So Jonathan, off to you.
Thank you, Gabriel. And again, congratulations to all the participants and especially to all our winners. It was very great to see all of these presentations. And I think just looking at the short time that we have, I'm amazed what really came out of this. And actually been discussing with our team and we're very happy, not just about the ideas, but actually it was very interesting about to listen into the conversation and the questions that Micho asked and seeing that there's actually the interest to connect and to build a little bit of a grassroots movement. And I think that's something that we do intend with this hackathon as well. And just looking into what GIZ is planning for 2021, I think there's a lot more topics that where we now see that this is a valid approach to finding solutions and a lot of challenges that we want to solve. So I think this is definitely not the last hackathon that we organized. And I really hope that in early 2021, we'll be able to not just meet virtually. I heard some of the participants saying the topics that I guess, happen to all of us, that it's difficult to be creative if you're sitting in your own room. So I think we'll be able to meet in person for the next hackathon. And I really hope that all of you are going to be joining us when we do this again, as I really think this is a great way to find good solutions. And we'll definitely go through the presentations again and just see how we can work with you on these topics and actually turn some of these ideas into reality. So thanks again to Geek Culture for hosting this wonderful event, to all of the participants, to all the mentors and judges, and especially to the team at ADM and Aspire for joining forces with us on this. And I really hope that we can turn some of these ideas into realities. Also, thanks to SALGA and the Cortex Hub for the surrounding support and the great input and ideas. Really looking forward to moving ahead in the Eastern Cape with these topics. Thanks so much, everybody.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Jonathan. And that's it, guys. We wish you a happy festive season. Remember to be safe, sanitize your hands, avoid public places. But most importantly, enjoy your December, guys. Good luck and goodbye.
Thanks. Cheers, guys.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, everybody.
Goodbye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye.
Cheers.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, everyone. Cheers. Have a great weekend.
Thank you.